Okay, let's begin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's begin. So, welcome to the show, Eat with the Owner.
Thank you.
Today is the episode of 17.
No, you said 17 was yesterday, so we're 18.
Oh, 18, yeah. Yeah, So your name is Angela, right?
Yeah.
Angela. Your family name Huang, right?
Yeah, Huang.
Actually, I saw you. I guess we have a common friends on Facebook. I probably you met Jenny, I believe.
Which Jenny?
Jenny living in Laval.
There's a lot of Jenny, I know.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sure we have a lot of common friends.
Yeah. I saw your Facebook but first time we met, I believe, right? It's the first time we met.
Today?
Yeah.
No.
Where did you?
No.
Some other friends party?
You invited me to your restaurant's opening on Côte d'Ivoire.
Oh, that's why.
Yo,
Jenny, sorry about that. That's 8 years ago. That's my bad.
I'm sad.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's why you're part of the friends circle of Jenny Jia, I guess.
Jessie Jia.
Jenny.
Jessie.
Okay. Anyway, you will have problem maybe if you
short hair. But
I used to do a lot of have some friends on Facebook. We went to some parties, but after the restaurant, I stopped going to the parties.
Okay.
Anyway, it's really great you want to be part of this show, and
thank you for having me.
Thank you, and we can start ordering. Yeah.
What do you suggest? What do you recommend?
I guess we can get 2 or 3.
What kind of food do you serve here?
It's a Sichuan and Dongbei.
Okay. Can you eat spicy?
Yeah.
I cannot eat spicy.
So we can take something. How about?
How about you choose?
Which city you from?
Guangzhou.
Oh yeah,
I like Sichuan food, but I always order like very not spicy.
Okay. So.
Who's the chef working here?
Yeah, we have several. We've been all the time we have been in this business for 8 years, I guess, because I don't cook. So
I thought you were the cook.
No, that's really bad at anything. If you don't eat spicy. How about 红烧肉炖粉条, the braised pork belly?
Do you have anything else than 红烧肉? But I like 炖粉条.
It's not too much, but it's mainly braised pork belly though.
I'm good. Okay, yeah, okay.
Take that one?
Yeah.
And then also, how about shrimp? We can also, actually this one is more like the fish fillet in tomato sauce. It's sweet.
No, I'm not a big fan of it.
Okay.
I like things with a sauce that can, like, in a cold, snowy, rainy day like this.
Okay, we probably get the 地三鲜.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more or?
Okay.
One of the tofu. This one
No, I don't eat 雪菜.
Ah, seriously? That's very.
You know what? Let's get a tofu. I like this kind of tofu. With a lot of things inside.
Yeah, this will be the squid.
Yeah.
Everything.
I always order this when I go to Chinatown.
Okay. Yeah, this time may not be that good for the 强记, right? 强记 is really good.
Oh, I always go to Guangzhou.
Oh, 广州饭店.
Yeah.
That's one.
Because my friend owns that restaurant, so we're always there.
Give me 1 second. Let me put this one. Let me put this order I bring downstairs. And what else? You eat steamed rice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
你下去是我的吗?
Yeah, you just stay here and then.
And look at the camera?
Yes, yeah, I do.
Thank you.
Yeah, it would be really quick.
Okay. Take your time. I'll just
check your messages. So that's quick.
You're very quick.
I'm running all the time. Seriously, I'm running all the time in there.
In the restaurant?
Yeah, in the.
Be careful
stairs.
in the stairs.
Yeah, I run a lot of stairs fast. Okay. Actually, I saw your WeChat group circle, 朋友圈.
This morning?
Yesterday, I saw you like before the Fuchun Xiaolongbao was open.
Yeah.
And you had a dinner with
The owner.
With the owner. So are you related or?
No, we're not related, but we're friends. We're really good friends.
Okay.
Yeah, and they are real
They are
estate
super
brokers.
popular. They are super popular.
Yeah,
Very popular.
Because I don't think we have any Shanghai restaurant left in Montreal.
Yeah.
There used to be one in Verdun, but I think that one is closed.
Oh yeah, I know what is that.
Yeah.
好好.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
好好.
So this one is like brand new, renovated, and it was good.
But it's small, right? It's a
It's like a semi-basement restaurant, and it's not very big.
Yeah. How many seats? 40, 30? Maybe 30.
30?
Yeah. I see. Because it was other restaurant before I saw when we walking on the Maisonneuve, I always saw that one.
It's a Italian restaurant owned by it's a one-man show. It's the owner is an old grandpa.
Chef,
he's a chef and he's a waiter.
I guess the pandemic had the problem for that.
Yeah. But anyway, I think he's about the age to retire. Yeah.
So you're close friends with the owner.
Yes.
That's like the Xiaolongbao is a very big thing.
But it's the most popular thing of Shanghai. So in every Shanghai restaurant, that's a must.
Also, they have Shanghai. They have Shenzhenbao as well. What is the name for Shenzhenbao in English? Shenzhenbao.
I think it's called
raw fry.
No. Raw fry. No, I think it's called.
What's the difference?
Fried buns. Because Xiaolongbao is steamed.
It's steamed. That one is fried, pan fried, right?
Pan fried. It's not. It's never been steamed. I think from.
That's why it's called raw, right? That's why it's.
Yeah, I think it's like you pan fry it when it's raw. 生煎的包.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But how's that cooked? Like the top of the, but still you cover that, right? So there's the vapor still gonna steam the top of the. To make sure it's cooked.
You have to put a lot of oil. You put the buns on top, so it's not gonna be like sticky. And then you put water, and you put the cover on top, and the water kind of boils it.
This Xiaolongbao, this Fuchun, right? Fuchun Xiaolongbao. But they don't do the Shenzhenbao, right?
No, I didn't see it on the menu.
Yeah, I think they have the fish as well. The fish is famous. Xunyu is so famous.
Smoked fish.
Yeah, smoked fish.
But basically everything that's on the menu there, it's like the very popular dish in Shanghai. Yeah.
Because I'm from Jiangsu and the fish is a big thing.
Yeah.
Xunyu, I know. There's another one closed, the Huang Cai, the Jingchen Xuan before.
Oh, but it was closed already?
Yeah, it was closed.
I went to that place and I like it.
I went 2 times, and the fish, like I guess the Xunyu as well.
Oh, they have it?
Yeah, they had the Xunyu as well.
I remember we had.
It's very sweet, right?
Yeah, we had a 狮子头, lion head.
Yeah, lion head.
The mint ball.
I had that one in Haohao as well.
Oh.
This one they provide 狮子头 as well. This one?
No, not Fuchun. No.
Haohao they had the.
Fuchun, I think they mostly provide the cold dishes, like the cold appetizers. They have noodles. And the xiaolongbao.
It's amazing. You have a new, really traditional.
Yeah, authentic.
Really, this one is amazing.
Because last month I just went to Toronto, and every time I go to Toronto, I will go to Shanghai restaurants. And honestly, that restaurant did not impress me at all.
What happened to the Shanghai people? They kind of almost, the biggest city in China. What happened to the La Nuit Shanghai? There's one.
Oh yeah.
It's I saw a lot of people on the Instagram saying that it's like a show place. It's not like.
No, it's like a bar.
What is that bar?
It's like it's a very
it's
fusion.
Like the Rouge Mille, like that thing. In Paris, there's a Hongmufang, the Mille Rouge or something.
Where is it?
Like in Paris, they have performance with
Hongmufang.
Yeah, Hongmufang, yeah.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, Moulin Rouge.
But I don't think it's like Moulin Rouge. I think they only have live singers.
Not some performance, not like.
No one's dancing.
Okay.
What do you want to dance? Shanghai don't. doesn't have any specific type of dance.
That's a new restaurant, the big one. That's like it's
I-
not a regular restaurant.
No,
it's like
I wouldn't-
the vibe thing, right? It's like
it's more like a
I thought it was
bar and restaurant food place.
You just opened this few days ago, right?
It opened actually, I think, on the same day as the Fuchun Xiaolong.
Really?
Last Friday or last Saturday.
So wow, big day for Shanghai.
Yeah. Shanghai.
How can you do like a two big restaurant,
Yeah.
two famous ones in a single day, like
Yeah.
the same day?
But I think it's because Shanghai is a very popular city. It's one of the most fast-growing city in China.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
so
financial
modern.
district,
Yeah, so modern.
it represents really well the image of China. So that's why everyone is,
Look at what happens in New York. Shanghai is much better than New York now, I guess.
yeah.
From the skyline, right? Skyline, whatever the streets, you can see. I guess much better.
I actually miss Shanghai a lot.
Yeah.
It's been almost 3 years I haven't gone back there.
That's amazing. Oh, actually, like this show is about people's story. Just
Yeah.
I want to know, like, relate to Montreal. Like, what year you came to Montreal? Like,
I came in 1997.
what? You've been here so long? 1997.
24 years already. I was still in elementary school.
So you were the very early, the pioneers of the young kids being. Today we see in West Island or Broadside we see like city primary schools or the students so young these parents sent them here. So you were like you did that like 24 years ago.
Well, my dad came to Montreal when I was 2.
Seriously.
My dad came in 89 or 90. 1990.
So your daddy must be a business person.
Well, we've had businesses before, but then we're not very business people. Well, depending how you define business, because we're more like investing right now.
1990s, 1989, that year, like how many Chinese people would have had the chance to...
yeah, he was one of the very lucky ones, and
that's amazing.
Thank you.
So
do I take this?
No, I do it. Okay. That's totally like international.
Can I take pictures of your food?
Yeah, for sure.
So I can post on...
You can do whatever. You can take picture of me. You can do whatever you want. If you're at home.
So I can post a 朋友圈 for you.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. It's like we'll help our business as well.
Yeah. Because honestly, with the parking issue in downtown, I don't come to downtown anymore.
The problem right now, the business in downtown is not, by average, it's gonna be, it's hurt already.
Because during summer, like every Friday afternoon till Sunday night, the streets are blocked. There's no parking. There's less and less parking. So
especially less people working in downtown. So you have literally less people in downtown.
Yeah, but during the weekend, like for us who drive.
Where do you live?
I live in Brossard, like a few minutes from the Shanghai club.
You must live in the L sector.
No. No. That could be
knows you.
No, not me. Well, at least not yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day, but not yet.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Oh, when I eat, 我用公筷，你不介意吧？
It's okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to have your wife eating here?
No. It's two of us.
We can have your wife as well. So lovely.
Yeah, we eat a lot already. In the restaurant business, it's.
So yeah, I came here in 1997. I did my elementary school
in
here.
In Montreal.
Yeah, well, I arrived in Longueuil, but then I think 3 months later, I moved to Brossard. And ever since, I have never been away from Brossard. Well, I've been 1 year in downtown.
That's amazing.
I was 1 year in Griffintown, but I just don't like...
So that your French must be excellent.
Well,
very, very natural. Your French.
Well, I remember once there was this lady, like a local lady. She turned, she's like, wow.
You speak French?
I thought it was like a Quebecer. Yeah. And then she's like, I'm so sorry for asking that, but are you adopted? She thought I was adopted
that's
from...
crazy.
I'm like, wow. I'm like, no, but like, thank you for the compliment,
But what's your best response to this one? Some people even will be offended.
Yeah, they will be like... But I've had before people asking me if I'm Indian. like Indian, like Aboriginal Indian.
Okay, okay.
Not like India.
Okay, okay.
Because they said that.
Hey, a lot of people saying like, a lot of people saying I'm Indian.
Yeah.
I'm like native people here. Seriously, I'm look more like a Mongolian.
So yeah, I did my elementary school. I went to high school. I went to CEGEP, and I graduated from Concordia.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So your French really good. So I guess you can have you done anything for the political thing here, like election?
Yeah, before when I was young.
Volunteers, or do you want to be a candidate one day?
It was a volunteer, but at some point, I know that they asked me. They said, "We can train you to be one of the leaders."
Yeah.
Because it's always better to start training someone from young age. Yeah. I was only like 22, 23 back in the days. I was too young,
Too young, too naive.
Yeah, too naive. That's why I said no, and I regret it.
You know where's that coming from, right?
Yeah.
Too
young, too naive.
No. Too simple, too young, sometimes naive.
Do you have another pair of chopsticks?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Actually, we have some. We always have the serving spoon instead of serving chopsticks.
Yeah, but this one with the fantiao.
Yeah, it's not
hard.
easy. It's not easy.
I'll just put it here.
That's amazing. So you kind of totally this is your like turf. You own this place, like Montreal. You know Chinese, English, French, and then.
But sometimes in the society, people still look at you as a foreigner. Like, at the end of the day, they will, like, some people, they will still think that, oh, you're Chinese. Yeah. Well, I am Chinese. I never deny the fact that I'm Chinese, no matter what my nationality currently is. But because being Chinese is my history, is my family, my everything. But sometimes, I'm not saying that it's not equal, the society, but sometimes people look at you, no matter how good the language you speak, you're still different from them. Yeah, exactly. Because you eat rice and they eat mashed potatoes. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I never try to approach myself to become similar to them, to be like them, because I don't feel the need of doing that.
Exactly, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Right? That's amazing.
Your English is amazingly good.
Seriously, I spent a lot of time learning. What year I was in? 1997. Oh yeah. Seriously, we have something in common. 1997 you came here. 1997 I went to university that year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's I studied computer science in Tianjin University. So 1997. That's a year we always, the year we graduated from senior high school and we went to the school university.
Well, you went to university when I was still in elementary school.
That's the generation gap.
Yeah, but you look young anyways. Yeah.
So that time, I was doing okay English in the national exam, the Gaokao. I was doing, because that time we did not have listening test. We only had the grammar, words, writing, comprehension, that kind of stuff. Nothing listening or oral English. So the test was only written. So I did pretty well in the national exam. So but when we went to the university the first year, they started having those listening tests. Yeah. So listening and also the speaking English. Yeah. So that time they have cassette tapes. So you have to borrow the cassette tapes to go to the library. They have the machine to listen, to practice the listening and oral English. So I was really against it that time. The first year, my English was, I failed one subject, the English. Oh. I was really against it. Also that time, that's before the year 2000, right? That 1997, 1998. So people was talking about 21st century that time, because not coming yet, but it's almost 2 or 3 years from 21st century. A lot of people think 21st century will be China's century. That time already, they said 21st century will be China's century. You agree? So, yeah, I agreed a lot. I was very young and patriotic, so I thought, probably Americans are going to learn Chinese instead of we learn English. Well, it is now. Yeah, and so I say, I gave up learning English that time. Totally. I kind of boycotting. Like, So it's so funny. So we have the English test we call grade 4, grade 6. Grade 4 is like after first two years of university. University 2 years, so 4 semester, right? So 4 semester means the first semester will be grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. So at the end of the 2 years, you have to finish the grade 4 test. If you fail in the 3rd year, you still have chance to do the test again. So, but if you fail all the time before your graduation, you won't get a bachelor degree. If you don't pass the grade 4.
But you didn't fail, right?
I did not fail. I get 67.5 points of the 100, so I passed. But then right after you pass the grade 4, you always want to get the grade 6. Grade 6, if you pass, you have the certificate of the English like level. The grade 6 is very helpful to find a job.
Did you get it?
No, I got 58 points, the best. Because I always give up on the listening. Because that time 20 points for the listening, something. So that 20 points, I just did the guess. The 4 selection,
Why?
ABCD, because I did not want to do if you don't speak English, you don't want to talk, you don't want to speak. And the listening really hard as well.
True.
So
it's not only writing and reading, but you have to understand.
Yeah, in the Saturday or Sunday, sometimes you want to book a 1 hour session for the library because that time only people rich, they can buy their personal portable like a cassette player. So we went to the library, book a 1 hour session to listen to they have machine to listen to. But every time, only 5-10 minutes, I fall asleep. So,
did you meet your wife at the university?
Yeah, when I was at grade 3, when she was grade 2 that time. So from different school though, different. But we did meet that time. But the English that time was really bad for me. The listening part and the speaking part, it's very bad. But the first job gave me the first job I had the overseas trips, the business trips overseas. So I was really shocked the first time how bad my English was.
But the importance is that your English is good now.
Yeah, I realized that right after. I was shocked, and then I kind of realized it's really important. So I spent a lot of time listening to radio. I bought a radio receiver.
Yeah.
I went to United Kingdom, London. So I was listening to BBC a lot, the radio, and here Canada I always listen to CBC.
That's good.
And I'm really lucky to kind of realize that English was so important.
Yeah, well, Chinese is important, but I think English is more universal. I think if you know English, you can pretty much go to everywhere.
Especially we learn. My background is computer science.
Yeah.
So with this kind of information technology, if you speak okay English, you can find a job anywhere. Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this thing is on all the time. Yeah. I'm afraid that.
No, it's especially when this thing is like once. Yeah.
You sure you have enough battery, right?
We are the 18th episode. You worry a lot.
But things happen sometimes. I might be the 1001 case. I think it's because of my work nature. I'm always like worry more about other people.
Yeah. Actually, what do you work? Like, what's your job like?
You know, sometimes when I tell people what I work, I'm very proud of saying what I do. But sometimes...
Not a doctor.
No, I'm not a doctor.
Not a lawyer.
No. But sometimes, because I want to be truthful, okay? Yeah. So when people ask me, I will tell you everything that I do. But then people will be like, what are you doing so much things?
You're not doing something illegal, right?
No. Do I look like someone who's doing like illegal trading?
Do you carry a gun?
No. No. But, well, my title, I work as a judicial interpreter.
Judicial, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not a translator. Yeah. People sometimes, in Chinese, 翻译, interpreter is a 翻译 as well. Yeah. But mainly they will call me translator, but we're not the same, okay? Because I rarely translate from paper.
Okay.
We do interpretation, so it's 同传.
Yeah,
it's kind of like,
yes.
But I work at the court.
That's like the Brenda, yes. Yesterday, the last
she works.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, her master degree was the translation. They have the
English.
simultaneous translation.
But I never studied in that. Yeah. Like, to be honest, people ask me, how do I get your position? What do I need to do to study? So mainly I do things that's related to laws. So I started working, no, actually I graduated from Concordia, majoring in sociology, and I did some human relations class. And after coming out, honestly, I love what I study at university. But the thing is, it's not like engineering. It's not like computer science. It's not like lawyer, you know? That you graduate and then you pretty much do computer science. Your doctor, well, what you do is you treat patients. And your lawyer, well, then when you're a lawyer, you don't do accounting, you know? You go to the court. The sociology,
what do you do?
There's a bad thing, is that we don't have a specific position. But the good thing is that
we can do everything.
Yeah, we can be everywhere. I can work as a social worker, you know, but maybe some position might require me to go back to school for a certificate. And I can work in hospitals. You know, there's different departments. I can do PR.
It's like a psychology that is a foundation of a lot of psychology.
So when I came out from school, I was lucky. I found a job before I graduated.
Okay.
But what a coincidence. I was a translator. But a headhunter found me that job. I was working for a couple coming from motherland.
Okay, China.
And they own some business here, and then the husband does not speak the language, so they need like an assistant, secretary, translator. But after 6 months, I realized that it was not something that I could do, because it's just the owner, the boss were really nice, but it's just not what I was looking for. So I quit the job, and then for a year and a half, I was on and off. I was in the call center, like cold calling people. You know what? Sometimes when you go to the bank, and 2 days later you get a call. Hi, sir. Did you go to CIBC or did you go to RBC 2 days ago? Can I ask you, for your?
Oh, you start the call, not you receiving call. You start the call.
I start the call.
Okay, that's even bad. That's a little bit bad, I guess.
It's very bad because people hang up on you, and because the funny part is that you don't know what project you're doing. Okay, every day is different.
Okay.
I remember because the companies, they get projects from different companies. I remember there's a government department that gave the project to our company to ask about, to have us call for them to make a survey. So the survey is 45 minutes.
I feel bad.
My God.
I hung up a lot of times as well. I feel bad.
So I
could have hung up on you.
So every time I have to speak very nicely to
very
open.
nicely.
And there was this old lady, she's so nice that she did the survey with me. And it was just I didn't know what to do that time, And one coincidence, my mom's friend retired from Immigration Canada, and he was an interpreter as well. So he asked me, if you want, you can come, you can just put your CV in, and then they will call you. So they contacted me. So I started with Immigration Canada and the Refugee Board. So basically people who have immigration issues, they go to the court and who need my service, then I'll be translating for them. And 2 years later, I have a very good colleague that I consider as my big sister. She's like, I work at the court for the provincial Minister of Justice as well. 就是魁省的那个什么？是吧？司法部。And then apparently I see that there was a case that could not proceed today because there was no Chinese interpreter. So she gave my name directly to the coordinator, and they hired me right away. So since then I started, but that's different, totally something different. You want to check if the camera is still...
It's still... it's still running.
Yeah.
You worry a lot.
I don't want to talk for nothing, And then...
We can always do next time. We have another meal. Actually, your story is amazing. Your experience.
Well, I would consider myself as very lucky for my age. I've seen a lot of things, a lot of different people. So working at the court is totally different from immigration because...
But you see a lot of different lives, right?
Yeah.
Different people's lives.
Like, I graduated in 2011, 2012, and I started Immigration Canada in 2013. And, I think 2016, I started in the Quebec Provincial Court. I would say that until now, whenever that's related to Immigration Canada, the federal part, I can close my eyes without taking notes. I can translate everything because I've done every possible type of case already.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the court, you never know what you're walking into. Even though you've been there for few years already, but things were different.
Yeah, everybody has different cases.
Yeah, even though it's like the same divorce case, but it's not the same, you know. And I'm very lucky and glad to be one of the 4 Chinese certified interpreters in the whole province of Quebec who can do criminal cases. Yeah. So I see a lot of things at court.
I appealed several
ticket.
The tickets. It's amazing system.
But you don't need an interpreter.
No, that time all of them if I speak English is fine.
Yeah.
All the time it's I'm learning French, but I see the system. The respect to the judges, it's amazing.
Yeah.
When the judge comes to the, amazingly, most of them working the judges or the prosecutor or I saw all of them women, almost all of them.
There's female judges.
A lot of them. Amazing.
Female prosecutors.
Yeah. Prosecutor and also who's doing the recording, the typing thing.
Yeah.
And every time, like the lady judge comes in the room and everybody stand up.
Yeah.
And when she's leaving for a break, everybody stand up. That's amazing. That's kind of the respect.
That's respect.
Yeah, the respect of the honor system. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And last time I got my vehicle registration, I passed the line. The first year I paid the 500 something for the registration, the fine for you failed to register your vehicle. And then the second, I told them to change address. The second year, I got the same thing again. So the second time I challenged it. The appeal is postponed several times. So and in the middle of the pandemic, I went to the court. The finally decided the date. So it's I told the judge, I thought I told them to change the address.
Yeah.
Second time. So, but they failed to change the address for me, so they mailed the wrong address again. So that's why the first ticket I did not change. The second ticket I changed the same ticket. Yeah. So she said it's not their responsibility; it's your own responsibility. Even they don't send you any mail, every year you have to remind yourself. Yeah. So I told her, okay,
if you
fair enough. Yeah.
I mean.
And the judges. I told the judge it's fair enough, and then so I'm guilty anyway. So
you said that? Fair enough. Yeah. I'm guilty.
Yeah, exactly. And then because that's the rule, because I thought it's they share some responsibility to change your address, send you the reminder, the mail. But then the judge said it's not their responsibility at all. That's the rule.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, when they get a fine, when they go to the court, of course it's because they disagree. Yeah. Everyone would say, I didn't do it. I didn't speed. I didn't know. How am I supposed to know? Like how? But if you get it, if they give you this permit, they assume that you will take the responsibility of knowing all the law.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't know and you don't want to get to know it, then just don't get it.
So the prosecutor lady, before seeing the judge, she's told me you don't have a case because if you choose to see the judge and if you lose, you have to pay the extra, maybe a little bit extra.
Oh, so you took the deal?
Yeah, I did not take the deal, so I argued in front of the judge.
Yeah.
Then the judge said, it's a thing, explain again. So I said I'm okay with that, but I explained her it's during the pandemic. Very bad for the restaurant business right now. The judge is nice enough, saying even you are guilty, I'm gonna reduce the fine for you.
Yeah, and they can give you 6 months, 3 months.
No, even reduce the amount. Yeah, she's really nice. She said the rule is rule, but your situation, the pandemic affecting the business, restaurant business. So she reduced the amount for me. So that's still
nice.
Super nice. Yeah, it's a human.
Yeah.
But you see the respect of the court. You see, I've been there several times. Every time I see the legal system, it's amazing. It's amazing. So they give you the chance at the beginning with the prosecutor to see if you agree with. They kind of negotiate a little bit less and less fine or less penalty, and then you accept it or not. If you really think you have a case in front of judge to argue with the prosecutor or the other side, so you can take the chance. If you lose, you pay a little bit extra. Yeah. But it's really interesting. And when I was sitting there waiting for my time with seeing the judge or seeing the prosecutor, I saw the lot of other cases. Amazing. They were arguing this or something. It's amazing.
Yeah. What I like about the system is that it's fair. everyone's right is respected.
Respected, yeah.
And you know, even though you show up the first time with no lawyer, the judge will always make sure that you know that you have the right to be represented by a counsel. You know,
that's why being through the system, you get more respect. You respect them more.
So basically, that's what I do. But it's very interesting enough because honestly, before working at the court, my life is very interesting, I would say, because at a young age, even before I finished university, I studied a certificate from the Canada Wedding Planning Institution. So it's a 婚庆, wedding planning. So because that was my passion.
I thought that's the first time I thought you were doing that, I guess. Yeah, I do
events, events and weddings. So from 2010, I did that. And I would say that I'm not really good at marketing. So that's why I wasn't really able to do anything on social media. So I think it was hard for me to market myself. So my clientele was very limited. But I enjoy what I was doing. But I think everyone at some age, at some point in your life, you'll feel like, because wedding planning, like during the day, all the couples are working. They will only meet you after work. So it happens to me that all the time that I'm starting working from 6 p.m. All the way till midnight, meeting people. And when I go home, I eat a little bit and I sleep at 3, 4 a.m. And I wake up the second day at noon, you know?
That's a little bit hard.
That's, you know, when you have a different working and life schedule than your friends, I feel I'm lazy, you know? I feel like when people are working and I'm still in bed, even though I finish working after everyone. So I feel like, no, I think I want to get myself into something that's more like official. So that's why I started interpretation and all. But, and on the side, I like to invest in real estate. So during the pandemic, I did a course, because usually when I work for Immigration Canada, I have to be at the customs, at the CBSA. So when you come back from China or Europe, when you land, you go down, you fill up the declaration form, you walk, and you will see my colleagues in uniform. And I'm always there during the Chinese flight. But since the China flight has been suspended since March 2020, so I haven't been there.
Still?
They're still suspended. There's no direct flights now.
Really? I thought it was loosened up already.
No. But they never cut Vancouver and Toronto, but they cut Montreal's flight. So
before you were in the airport?
I'm there 5-6 days a week.
Seriously?
I was working like 70 hours a week before. You know, because you understand, I have passions and vision in life. I don't feel like just working a 9-to-5 job. Like, honestly, I hate 9-to-5 job. I feel like for having me at 9 o'clock on my desk every day morning, it's very hard. But I'm fine working 10 hours a day.
But different time.
I just don't like to, every day, like the same structure every day. I don't like that. So at the airport, it's very long hours sometimes. Sometimes I go in at noon and I come out next day morning at 6. Well, depending what we find on the flight, Sometimes the flight is delayed. The flight lands at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Well, I have the choice of not going.
But what do you do there? The immigration office?
There's immigration, but the easiest part, the first part, when people come down, like some old people, just like, did you bring food? Yeah. The mentality of
you were one of them sitting behind glasses. I
don't sit. I'm walking around everywhere.
Oh, walking around. Okay.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Are you wearing a badge or something?
I have a badge, but I don't have the uniform. Okay. We're considered we don't have to wear uniform, but.
Like a 自由人.
Yeah. I'm like pretty much.
Like when we play soccer, we have 自由人 or play some team.
Because anywhere they need me, they will call on the radio, and I have to be there. Yeah. Sometimes even at the gate. Sometimes things happen everywhere in the airport. So you see different people there. You see very touching stories. That's a really
nice job, actually. That's really nice.
Yeah, but people think that I just get paid by talking and asking people every day how much money you have and stuff. But I'm like, it's not the same, because you have to understand there's a lot of different departments in immigration. Like it's very sensitive sometimes, the topics that we hear. Yeah. sometimes even when a colleague call me for one case, what we discuss behind the door, even other colleagues ask me, oh, what was going on with that passenger? We can't say. So sometimes it's very strictly confidential, everything we do. So people think that, oh, it's easy, your job. You just ask people how much money you have. Did you have meat? No, like we deal with a lot of issues, a lot of stress as well. So that's why, and some people think that oh, maybe if I get friends with her, she can help me out next time I'm in trouble. I'm like, no, don't come to me, okay? If I see you at the airport and if we're friends, I will say hi to you, okay? But if I know that you speak the language, you will never see me walking beside you when you're with my colleague. And if you really don't understand, and when my colleague call, I would clearly tell my colleague, I know this girl or I know this man. She's my friend. He's my friend.
It's the disclaimer or something, right?
Yeah, we're very transparent. I don't want to like gamble my reputation, my career, for that. So some Chinese people, they think that I'm very 很拽. How do I say that?
With a swag or something.
Yeah,
right?
very like arrogant. She looks down everyone. She thinks that she's on top. She's but I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just a little 小翻译, a little interpreter. I have no power, okay? I just do my job. So don't challenge me and don't get me in a very bad position. So sometimes I consider myself like helping people at work because when you translate, it's kind of like making two people who don't understand each other to better understand, So I'm helping them. But anyway, some people think that, that I'm just there using my power. Honestly, I have no power. So
but when you translate, yesterday I asked Brenda the same thing. She did the translation as well.
Yeah.
For the big figures, important people. But I asked them if one side said like the cursing word, do you gonna translate it as well?
Oh, honestly, at court, we hear everything.
But do you translate?
Of course. Okay.
You say son of a SOB, you're gonna translate SOB?
Yeah, I was having this discussion the other day, a few months ago, with my friend because if we swear in Chinese, is it okay? Because because in the case there was this case that people were using some WeChat conversation and proof, they were having a fight. They were having an argument in a group. And then so they were having to fighting in front of like 500 people. Okay, so one said, "I'm so sorry for saying that," but then 你这个龟孙子. So I'm like,
how to translate that? Turtle grandson?
Yeah, I said that. Okay.
Turtle grandson.
You're such a turtle grandson. And then the lawyer was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what's amazing about Chinese, the language, is that we even cursing people, we have different ways.
Yeah, different way.
There's a lot of people say, 你这个臭东北佬. Like this stinky northeast, northeast man, but it just doesn't make sense when you translate.
Exactly.
And I say in English, when you want to curse someone, you say, oh, son of a bitch, asshole, you're such a douchebag. What else? Right? Such a dumb ass. Like, that's it. But in Chinese, there's people like, 臭上海佬, stinky Shanghai man. But the 王八蛋 is asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you really want to translate 王八蛋, Wang ate eggs, it just doesn't make sense. But there's different ways.
Yesterday in the video, I translated the Japanese bagayaru means 8 dark road. Bagayaru, 8 dark road. 8 个鸭子的路. 8 dark road.
So you understand? Sometimes it's very hard. So my job at the court, at the airport.
Because you are more strict. But Brenda, when she translated between two sides, because she said she could not translate, she makes sure everybody at peace. Two sides at peace.
That's
so
different.
She did not translate. If say SOB, she will say probably she's not happy with. It's kind of that kind of. But the court is very strict. You have to let very clear. If you're angry, you have to be very clear. This person is so angry, said something really bad, that has to be present. Right.
Because at the court, everything is recorded. The moment you step in, everything is recorded. So the moment you step in, even though it's not my turn yet, even though it's just like, oh, Miss Interpreter, can you come to the front? And then let's say the lawyer is talking to the other prosecutor. Like this, I have to listen carefully because everything has to be translated. And I remember this case that it was concerning like children, young children cases. Like the mother said the word 我拍了他一下 I tap but then I heard someone else translating the mother hit the child but hit is 打 but
拍和打 is different
拍 and 打 is different
different,
things but this difference can kill the mom. She can easily...
The intention would be different.
She can easily... That's a different degree. So I said, no, that was wrong. That was not exactly what she said. You know, because I know the consequence in the children's case that hitting a child is severe. It's severe here. So that's why I have to make sure that the judge... That's why, you know... So sometimes when we do murder cases... Someone who's being charged with first-degree murder.
That's serious,
And at the end, whether it's a second-degree murder, first-degree murder, or homicide involuntary, it's
the difference
really
could be a lot of years, right?
A lot of years. Imagine you translate a bad thing because your mind was out of somewhere, and or if you summary things, and the lawyer and the judge did not hear the little detail that can change the whole game, the person could be convicted to a life sentence. So that's why I put a lot of pressure on myself because I don't allow myself to, you know, make any mistakes. Not only in murder cases that can put someone the rest of life in jail, but also in different cases. Let's say like sexual assaults. These are very detail-oriented cases. It's not because you said that you're the victim. You know, because when we work with impartial, we're really in the middle. We don't use our... That's one of the hardest part as well. Whenever you see a lady crying and all, being all sad, and you see the bruises, you know that she's been hurt, okay? But you cannot put yourself more towards her because she's the victim. Everything you say is really 就是中立的 impartial. Yeah, and you cannot get yourself influenced or affected psychologically or emotionally by this.
Exactly. That's amazing.
It was hard because sometimes, every time when I hear the judge or the prosecutor say, oh, you know what? We're doing you a favor because of your children. Every time I hear that, I'm like, I want to cry. And sometimes when they have testimony...
If you do this for long, you may have that PSD. What is that? PTSD?
Yeah,
exactly.
No, but I would say at the beginning, at the court, I remember that I was often very being emotionally affected. Like after work, I'll go home, I'll be super moody and super sad.
That's why I'm saying, like the reason they pay lawyers and the doctors a lot, because the lawyers, they see all this kind of... They sometimes they defend for the guilty side as well.
Yes.
So they kind of... It's kind of the impact on themselves as well. The doctor the same. They say people they die every day different ways. So that will have a negative impact to their own life. So I guess it's very normal to pay them more. They deserve the status in the society or something.
But us, we hear a lot of different things. And that's why I consider myself, you know, at a very young age. I'm like the beginning of 30s. But I already seen, like in the last 4 or 5 years, I've seen a lot of things and a lot of different type of people that I wouldn't even probably be seeing in the next 20, 30 years. Because when I get there, I was like, because I come from a very ordinary, normal family. We have no cheating at home. We have no gamblers, and we have no drug addict.
Drug addict, everything.
We're a very normal family.
Normal family. No drama.
No drama. But when I go to the court, it's never pleasant. Every time when we work is because someone is not happy.
It's a lot of different tragedies, and you see all tragedies.
So sometimes I have to hold my
happy family
tears.
Not the same. Different tragedy has. A happy family that have different.
Sometimes I do cases like the parents of the victim. Like when we talk about victim in this kind of cases, like because they pass away, young people, you know, pass away, and then you see the family, friends, and parents. It's so hard. But at the same time, if I don't do this job, who's gonna do it? We're only 4, and I'm the youngest one.
I guess you are on the, especially the Chinese language interpreter must be on high demand. Especially right now, a lot of the Chinese, they do a lot of business here. So they have a lot of arguments. There's a lot of them go to the court, and also they use WeChat a lot as a proof evidence. The WeChat last time, even in the Vancouver somewhere, they kind of 2 women women, they have a lot of interchanges on the in the social media, and then they end up in the court, right? So imagine how many translations has to be has to go through to the judges, and then all the WeChat
pages and pages.
Yeah, that's.
And sometimes
it's
voicemail.
Are they wasting the time, the resources for this kind of thousands of pages of this WeChat?
No. Usually, when one side's lawyer want to file those conversations as a proof, as an evidence, if it's in Chinese, that lawyer before, he's the one responsible to translate, and his time is if you want to use that, you are the one paying for the translation. So everything has to be done before. It's not at the court. But at the court, sometimes they will, sometimes.
But you need to make sure that translation is accurate.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not written message; it's like voicemail.
Yeah, also they record the voice on the WeChat.
Yeah, 就那个语音。
Yeah, 语音. I hate that the voice you just hold the button and then you say something is recorded and sent to other side.
Yeah.
That voice clips. A lot of the voice clips inside of the chat.
So in this case, is that
you have to play that.
We have to play that.
Jeez.
They have to, they have to take a video of the phone and they play.
That. Wow.
Because if you play the phone at the court, that phone is an evidence. You have to put it in the court for 3 months. So nobody's gonna give their own phone to the court, right? So you have to record in advance. And then it's really let's say sometimes they speak for 50 seconds. We'll have to pause. It's 10 seconds at a time. But there's a lot of people, I think WeChat is a really big issue.
Yeah,
even yesterday I was...
WeChat, because everything on the WeChat, the Chinese people, they argue, they do the transactions, they do everything on the WeChat. I send you 100 MB through WeChat, and then say, one day she sent me 100 MB on the WeChat for some transaction, with some deals.
Yeah, I think now the judges, they start to know what's a WeChat.
Yeah. I guess all judges are gonna install WeChat. Let's be part of it.
Yeah, because it happened in the conversation that let's say a young couple, they have daily fight. Yeah. And then they will start cursing each other on the phone, and then you see a money transfer. Someone sent it, and someone received it. And then there's a lot of emojis.
Yeah, emoji.
Oh, I've done one case.
But emoji, you have to translate emoji too, because
emoji there's some word.
Yeah, some offensive. The emoji gonna hurt you very badly.
I remember once I did a case, in the group there's 200 people, okay? But the thing is everyone talked. Yeah. For everyone gave their opinion.
Same time.
So the judge is so who's that?
Yeah, who's that?
And the WeChat names are never the real name.
Yeah, it's not same.
Sometimes it's 世外桃源. I'm this person is called Nice View, I don't even know. Yeah. And the judge, no, but what's the name of the person? I'm I don't know.
You cannot tell.
And sometimes it's little sheep or little piggy, and why would someone call themselves little piggy? I'm I don't know.
It's cute.
It's cute, but it's just a nickname that you use. Yeah. So there's a lot of things even before they understand the evidence. Yeah. They have a lot of things to understand, and they're why is everyone sending an emoji? I'm it's because they're clapping their hands. They're agreeing on something. They're congratulating that person. So I said, why wouldn't they just write congratulations? I'm because it's WeChat.
Yeah, and then the emoji, exactly, you said the emoji itself has words.
Yeah.
So that's the message inside sometimes you see that it's worse than cursing. Sometimes, right?
Yeah. And WeChat, I think back a few years ago, I like it because it's very, very private. To be honest, you can do a lot of things with WeChat, right? You communicate, and because of WeChat, we get in touch with a lot of long lost friends.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom recently found her kindergarten friend in China. Yeah. And it just happened that her friend was in Montreal before because her brother and sister-in-law was here. Yeah. And they were living in Brossard as well. My mom was how on earth could that happen? We were so close. And my dad found some old colleague back in the 80s that they used to work together in China, but they're in Europe right now. It's the type of people that you will never be able to see or to call, to find.
It's friends. You will see somebody sending something. Oh, this person knows my friend. Yeah. Or they have a lot of groups, WeChat group. Oh, you want to be in our company's group?
So that's how they found everyone.
500 members. Like that's we call it programmers group in Montreal. That's all Chinese programmers.
Wow.
Like a 500 group.
You guys should be more than 500.
It's a. You mean more than 500?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like sometimes the people don't in the group. We seldomly discuss the technical stuff, the IT stuff. We talk about houses. We talk about like what else? The electronics.
Yeah.
Or like talk about some political things.
But I like the fact that you regroup people who have some type of same that sharing the same interests.
Oh, the parents
lifestyle.
group. Parents group, I guess, because the limit is 500 members for each group. I guess they have 8 groups.
Oh, there's a lot
for parents group.
Yeah.
Also, people sell their stuff.
But
there's some commercials that sell their stuff. Like,
but what I hate is that a lot of people don't talk inside.
Yeah, they just sign. We call it divers.
Yeah.
Divers.
I mean, what's the point of being there?
Just looking.
Like,
some people
that's the scary part.
Yeah. You never know who's there, right?
You know what? After a few incidents, me, my mom, like my whole family, I took their phone and I said, let's set 3天可见, only visible for 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm like, someone who's gonna go to your friend circle, your moments.
Yeah, moments,
and go back to last year to look at your life.
Yeah, what did you do? Like,
I'm like, that's scary.
It is scary.
And people
oversharing. That's oversharing. That's your responsibility too. Like you share a lot.
Yeah, but
I don't share. I don't share on my. I only share my interviews. So.
No, but you know, like, I'm happy. I passion. You know, about life, and I don't feel like anything that I'm doing is a shame. You know, and I think happiness should be spreading out.
Exactly. Yeah.
I believe, and I think, even though at court I've seen all type of people, bad ones, you know, stupid ones, but I still chose to believe that life is beautiful and everyone is nice.
Exactly.
I'm like, I believe that even the meanest person has a good side somehow. Yeah. Maybe I'm too positive, you know, but WeChat really made me realize that it's very shady. Some people. Like, I remember in February, because I have a very bad habit. I love going to the groceries. Yeah. When I go into a supermarket, I can't control myself. Everything I see, I'll be like, this I'm cooking tonight. That I'll be making after tomorrow. I buy a lot of things, I put it in the fridge, and I never eat it. So my fridge is like a double door. It's like a large one, and it's all filled of food. Yeah. So this beginning of the year, I took everything out. I spread out in my whole kitchen, my table. I took pictures. Yeah. And I posted on WeChat. Yeah. But my intention is to tell people, this is my bad habit, and I want to change it in 2021. Resolution. People, please, if you see me in the supermarket, please make sure you empty my cart.
Yeah, stop me.
Yeah, stop me, okay? Cut my hand. But then, my accountant, she saw it, so she liked it. Yeah. And apparently, in my 朋友圈, my moment, we have both a common friend who saw that she liked my thing. Yeah. And she made a call to my accountant. She's like, oh, did you not tell Angela to not be so, like, high key? Like she's so, like, 高调.
Yeah,
show off.
Show off, yeah.
You see, we all know that she has a big fridge now. Like, now it's pandemic. Everyone is playing poor, and she's the one showing off how wealthy she is. And my accountant called me. She's like, yo, you're so like, 高调也不是 show off. You know, you're high profile. Yeah. Well, what did I do wrong? I said, that was not even my intention. I said, she read. So when people read your things, I think some people have a very negative mind. Instead of seeing it as a resolution, they will see it as a type of show off.
Yeah, show off. Yeah.
So that's why, starting from that time, I just cut everything.
Because the moment this one mechanism is like only your common friends can see each other. Like if you like or comment on the moments on the stuff you posted, and your common friends, if you see somebody if you see somebody liked or comment, you know that person is your friend, your common friend through this person.
Yeah. But I just don't like the fact that I simply want to share my life, my happiness, or whatever, you know, that I'm passionate about. But you guys are reading it wrongly, you know? Like, it happened that I was showing some gift, you know, that I received from a doctor friend, you know? And then some people would just comment, oh, doctors in China are so rich. But I'm like...
But as long as you don't post pictures you on a yacht or something, you are a big yacht. Oh, you own a yacht. That's a rich life.
No, that's my community park. That's my park, you know? But I don't like but I can't control how people think, you know? That's the problem when you post something.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's the same thing for celebrities. When they post something, there will be their real friends, fans who's gonna like it, find them nice, but there are other people who's gonna attack them. But since I'm not a celebrity, so I think that I shouldn't be attacked this way. So I got very fed up with Peru because it's just like, I don't want people to interpret the things, okay? People are spreading rumors, and you know, this because I invest in real estate, so that's why during the pandemic, since I don't have to go to the airport, I'm like, how about I go back to Concordia and do like an MBA? But since I did not graduate from John Molson, I have a lot of prerequisite class that I have to take before. And you know, MBA is like 1.5 years, 2 years. With other classes I have to take prior getting to the program, it's 2.5 years. So last summer, how am I supposed to know that we're still, 1.5 years later, we're still in the pandemic? So I thought that last year, like that maximum 1 year again, like by this summer 2021, will be gone, the pandemic. So I just want to do something within 1 year. So I'm like, since I like to invest in real estate as well, I did a real estate course and I got my license. So I'm also now a real estate agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
A residential one. So that's why, from the beginning I said, when people ask me what I do, I'm an interpreter, but I also deal with real estate. And I also do weddings when I feel like happy.
You still do the weddings?
Yeah, I still do weddings and parties and events.
People still get married during the pandemic? I think they stopped making babies, they stopped getting married.
No. They do. It's because people have been stuck for 1 year, so they're all in a rush right now. But I don't take clients that I don't know because I have very limited time. Before coming here, I was in the prison. I was working in the prison this morning because the client is detained in the prison. So we have to be there with the lawyer and all. It's like all the time. Sometimes in detention center, we have to be there physically. Sometimes, like when I talk about we're 4 Chinese interpreter who can do criminal cases in the whole Quebec. The whole Quebec, we're covering Quebec City, Rimouski, Rivière-du-Loup, like really, like the whole Quebec. Once they sent me up north, I took the plane to go work.
Jeez.
And there's only 2 Chinese that day in the town. You know what? In that little town, there's only 3,000 people, okay? And in that town, there's no Chinese restaurant. There's no Chinese food. There's no Costco. Okay, the closest Costco is 3 hours away. So it's a very small city. And then that day, there's only 2 Chinese in the whole town, which is me and the accused guy that's behind the bars. So people look at me as if I'm an alien. Oh, there's a Chinese.
But how did you, your vocabulary in both French and Chinese must be huge vocabulary.
Yes.
So, but your French would be perfect, but like you were here 6 or 7 years old, right? Primary school, like very young. But how did you get...
I was 9.
Yeah. But how did you get your Chinese to that level?
I think it's because it's my parents, especially my mom.
So she was accompanying you, like...
Yeah, but I only went to a half day of Chinese school here. Because, when I came here...
The reading is really difficult, reading all those kind of words. And also the social slangs right now.
Yeah.
Social slangs of the Chinese. It's not easy. Even I feel I left out some popular expression right now. I don't know what that. I have to Google to see they call this name on the social media, Chinese social media.
Yeah.
I have to Google to see what does it mean.
I think it's because I watch a lot of social media, like TikTok, but Chinese version, Douyin. So all the new vocabulary, it was like, oh, you're so far aside.
Yeah.
I was like, what does that mean? But after that, you hear that they use it in different scenarios.
New expressions, new slangs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's a different slang every month.
I just read before yesterday on our programmers IT group.
Yeah.
They said Goose factory, 鹅厂. You know what is 鹅厂?
No. What's that?
Goose. group 是鹅 right?
Yeah.
鹅厂就是工厂，鹅工厂。They said 鹅厂。
Is it a factory that's like selling goose meat?
Exactly. You don't know that. I did not know that either. I'm supposed to know. 鹅厂 means Tencent, 腾讯, because it's a penguin. The logo is penguin. So in Chinese,
企鹅, yeah, penguin is not even a goose.
企鹅 is kind of in Chinese character is 鹅, 企鹅 the second character is 鹅, is goose. So they were talking about on the Chinese, our group. They were talking 鹅厂 did this, 鹅厂 did that. 鹅厂 has something. So what is 鹅厂? Which I know it's a big company, but which company is called 鹅厂?
But like 鹅厂, you have to type 2 words. Why don't you just type 腾讯?
腾讯. You know, maybe they don't want to this. No, actually, it's right. They don't want to this information be picked up by the AI for the because they maybe said something negative about the policies. You know, that's why. And they say another 菊花厂. What is 菊花厂? 菊花厂. 菊花厂. 菊花. Daisy, the 菊花.
No, 菊花 is a chrysanthemum, something like that. I can never pronounce that word. 不知道哎.
Yeah, 菊花厂. 菊花厂 is 华为. Because Huawei, the logo is.
No, when you say 菊花, I thought about other things, but
yeah, I know what it's dirty word. Yeah, it's dirty word. Yeah. They meant the dirtily. No. Actually, they in the group, WeChat group, it's kind of negative way of saying the company. They said 菊花厂.
So they would never use the word Huawei. Never.
Sometimes, but most time they said 菊花厂.
Oh.
I don't know. It's kind of derogatory, right? Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a derogatory. Did I pronounce it correctly? That's the problem. A lot of some difficult to pronounce the English words. Very difficult for me to. If I know it, I can read it. I recognize it. But when I try to say it, it's difficult.
But you know what? That's when I came at a very young age. I think most of the parents of the new immigrants they have the same issue.
Oh, you probably had issues as well. When you get here 9, you kind of really conscious about your surroundings. Your like you know, sometimes you may have like you feel like treated unfairly like as a kid because you did not speak the language so well at the beginning.
Well, I started in the welcome class. That's like when everyone don't speak the language.
1 year or 2.
I went for a year and a half. I was not the.
But you felt comfortable. You did not feel like stereotype or something. The kind of some kids like let's not play with Angela. Angela is not cool.
No, in my whole life I have never been.
So it was just happy.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of friends. Never complain about that. I was never in like lack of friends my whole life.
Yeah. One like this show, the one episode I guess 5 or 6 like Guan Li. He came here to Quebec City when before he was 4 years old. I asked him the same question. Did you feel any different? Like he was the only child kid, Chinese kid in the class. Like especially the Quebec City at that time.
Yeah.
And he's 32, 33. And he told me no, he did not feel anything. He did not feel bullied or whatever because it's kind of because
we were still too young to realize. But my age, I was 9 when I got here, so it was
pretty well.
I was pretty well integrated in the society, I would say. And my parents, they emphasize a lot on Chinese language.
Yeah.
They said that even though, because when I came here, I did not finish grade 3 in China. I was still like in the middle of my grade 3. But I went to Chinese school here for half a day with my friend, and she was in grade 6, the level. Yeah. But it's so easy for me.
Yeah, okay.
So I did not go, And after that, I just keep reading Chinese newspaper every week.
That's great.
And now, if you look at my poetry, I can write a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, if you did not tell me you came here when you were super young, I thought you just like me, like some, like as a through skilled work or some like when you graduated in China and then you just move here right away, right?
Like, when you ask me to write things with my pen, I know how the word looks like, but I can't write it. Some simple word I can, but when I type with pinyin. But when the pinyin comes out, I know which word it is.
That's not your problem. Even me, I wrote so many Chinese in my whole life. I came here when I was 26, I believe, 25, 26. Even I don't know how to write some of them because
you forget.
You use pinyin so much, typing pinyin. So sometimes I look at the character like like somebody wrote the character, I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
Yeah, but you don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, no, I would say like this, the way you write is wrong, but actually when I type on the computer, it's right. Like I would question, why the hell, like you write, why the hell this Chinese character is putting this way is kind of awkward. Sometimes see, like I can see it's awkward, but it's the tradition, it's the wisdom of 1,000 years. But sometimes even it does not make sense. Like
you're so funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like oh, this character, right? It's written this way. Even it's print in Chinese print, like it's written that way. It's kind of weird sometimes. But if you ask me to handwrite, a lot of time I how to write it. Even like I'm being like really good at writing Chinese for so many years.
Yeah.
But in the last 15 years, I've been 15 years here. So that's why I spend way much time to learn English, to listen to watch American shows, everything. Even the People's Judge. Do you see that? The Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Judge Judy.
But I like to watch.
Is that fake? I always like it. I always thought it's a fake.
I thought it was fake, no?
I don't know. I want to, because from your perspective, when you look at the proceeding must be perfect, right? Proceeding, but like, could that be true? Like, somebody gonna winning, the girlfriend stole something, did not want to spend money, they split, they threw things off, they asked for $200 from
this
partner.
Happens all the time.
But it happens. But the problem, are they willing to be in front of the camera to be recorded a little bit shameful, but like your friends?
They do have a show of CBSA, you know, our department, Canadian Border Services Agency. It's like they film from actual airports. And in some of the episodes, I've seen my colleagues from the Montreal airport. And it's people with immigration problems. And I'm like, but why would these people want to, you know, because at the end... But
they have to have the consent to be on the camera.
Yeah, but who wants to be like shown internationally?
Especially you are the defendant. You have something... You
did something wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not something you're proud of.
I don't know why would people... But I watch a show. It's a Chinese show like this. But they talk about emergency rooms.
But that's a lot of time this script.
No. Your people dying.
Seriously.
It's not a drama. It's like a real emergency shows. You see people devastating. They're crying, the family.
That's crazy. That's why I
you know, the camera is not directly on the guy, but the cameras are like everywhere. So you know. But why would people say yes?
When I watch that, like People's Judge, whatever, Judge Judy, the show to learn English, I always thought it's fake because it's almost impossible for a lot of people. They have all these kind of small cases. It's a small amount of court. It's impossible for all these people. They are willing to show their faces, like telling their stories. They argue, but sometimes the judge is gonna say you probably lied, right? They rule against you. The judge rules against you.
Yeah, so, and they look ugly, you know. Yeah, in their real life, like your friends.
How about your friends? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How about your friends? You cheated, or you kind of did something. You know, it's who's gonna be your friend anymore? So unless the Judge Judy pays them a lot. Oh, come on, guys! Even I'm gonna fine you. I gave you a big ticket, but then come here. I give you $5,000 to be part of it. Unless
you should write a letter to the show.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe ask them to invite you to the show.
They have a lot of seasons. There's a lot of years. They did, even probably she's tired, right? She's very old.
But I like to watch that show. So it's a judge, but it's a man.
Yeah, it's a similar thing, right?
It's called Frank Caprioni, something like that. An old man judge. He's really nice.
It's like a Judge Judy. The same.
Yeah, but it's a real show. It's a real one. Like people who
Judge
go
Judy
there,
is not real.
I don't know.
We need to Google that to make sure somebody should tell us, or Judge Judy should come out and say it's real or not, or it's just like for a show.
No, you should just write a letter to them and ask them to invite you to the show.
Yeah, nobody gonna respond. Especially the people they famous, they are so busy. You write them anything, they won't respond. You know, they just don't have time to deal with the regular people, right?
Invite Judge Judy to your own show.
Yeah, so, Judge, if you have that problem, you're gonna like 1 million views already. Like it's so popular, like crazy. Like as a for my show, like it's. End up will be nothing, but we just like what we do right now, just tell each other stories, and it's part of little like history for for we being existing in Montreal. Exactly.
Well, I like your idea.
It's we need to, especially I think as immigrants,
Yeah.
I guess you are the second generation or 1.5 generation
Yes.
immigrants. Yeah, you're in the middle.
Second, I would say.
Yeah, second. Yeah. So for me, it's the totally first generation immigrant.
Do you have kids?
I have one daughter. She's 8, almost 9.
Oh.
She's crazy. Not crazy. And that's why I'm so curious about the people growing up here. She's so happy every day going to school. Like, she likes going to school. That's
good.
Yeah. And she's happy. I mean, I asked, do you have a lot of good friends? Did any your classmates, any of them like behaving badly, like not friendly? No, everyone's so nice. Everyone's so nice. And just one of them is, she's so bossy. But do you like hanging out with this bossy girl? Yeah, I like her.
So cute.
So I told her, so you're not a leader, you're a follower. I like it. You're a follower, you're not a leader. Like a bossy one is the leader. And she's super happy. Like, I guess when you grow up here, nobody care about your color, your race, your, you know, they just, as long as you share toy with me, I share toy with you, and anyway, I guess
we're very, very simple.
Yeah, exactly. Simple. You just play. Even the adults, still, the adults, they still, like, even you grow up 20, 30, 40 years, you're still like a kid, you know. Sometimes only the toy is different, you know. When you are 9, you are 6, your toy is, you know, Barbie or whatever. Yeah. When you are 30, your toy is makeup. Your toy is like your house, cars, something, you know. Or you know,
my best friend. One of my best friends. She's a mix of. Her mother comes from Romania, and her father comes from Ecuador. Yeah. So she's a very mix of Europe and Latino. You know? And we met on the first day of high school. Yeah. And ever since, we've been best friends since now. In the middle, she went to university in Toronto. And, you know, we don't see each other often, you know, at some point. But trust me, when we're still together, we're still as simple as before. Yeah. I realize that at some age, people that you meet, they're different. People you met at university is different than people that you meet in high school. Yeah. So I'm so glad that I'm still able to keep in touch with some good friends. I even have some good friends from kindergarten in China, but they moved to, they immigrated to Toronto. And, you know, sometimes when we meet, not every year, but every 2 or 3 years, we'll still be very happy and close. Yeah. You know, it's because we have that really strong and tight relationship since we were young. And at that time, when we were young, there's no worries, no
it's more pure
conflict of interest. It's really like, I like you, you like me, we play together, we hold hands, and we're good friends. Yeah. So that's the type of friendship that we have. And me and my best friends, she doesn't know who I work with. Yeah. She doesn't really know what I do at the court. Yeah. I don't know what she does. Well, I know she's a designer, but, you know, I don't know I don't know what's the let's say if there's something bad happening in her company or whatsoever. Like, I don't know. She doesn't know my worries, you know. But sometimes when we're
worry
together,
about not running.
We're not running.
Let me just double check. You get me worried too. You get me worried.
Well, you should. Oops. You should. Oh my God! Break your machine.
Seriously, the battery is out, so that means it's not working right now. You see, when you worry, you create even the real worry.
Oh my God, I can't stop laughing.
It's okay. You see, this one is kind of on and off for every 2 seconds. It means it's working.
Okay.
You see, when you worry, the problem did not have before, it may become a reality. That's why I don't worry that much. So it's a real.
No, I think it's because of a bad habit, like work habit. Like sometimes when I tell my friends.
You see, I try not to worry, you know. Especially in the restaurant business, if you worry.
No, you don't worry.
Yeah. It's crazy. The business every day is so different.
No, but like my dad,
everything breaks.
Yeah, you see, my dad, when we used to own a restaurant before, he would spend nights like sleeps less night because he's worried that, okay, in the next 2 days there's a snowstorm, so dining room will be dead. Yeah. he would worry. But when Christmas comes, when weekend comes, he will worry because it will be too busy.
Yeah, too busy. No,
so like, you know what? I said, Dad, you should go to sleep. Because whether it's going to be empty or full, you'll be worried. So how about you just go to sleep? And I think I inherited this part from him. And also with the court, because, you know, it's a word habit. When you see a lot of things in court, even I believe your version, but if you cannot prove it, if you don't have evidence, you know, when at the court, everything you say must be supported by some type of evidence. So in life, I always
even the murderer of this, they really come. The murderer of this, they cannot prove. Like what is that? Simpson.
Yeah.
You know, Simpson.
You have to prove in life.
Exactly.
So sometimes I like taking pictures and all, you know, and then they're like, "Why are you taking so much pictures?" I'm like, "It's because in life, sometimes a random picture can save you." You know, like some people, they get caught at the customs, okay? Because my colleague, let's say they believe that the handbag was purchased in China or in Europe, and they did not declare it, okay? So they would be like, well, prove me. You said that you bought it in Montreal, but prove me that you bought it here. And they're like, I didn't keep a receipt. Well, which is normal. When I buy something, I don't always keep the receipt. Like, honestly, if I don't work at the customs, I would never really think about keeping my receipt, because nobody knows that one day when I travel outside of the country and when I come back, they will need it. So starting from then, I'm like, every time I buy something that's expensive, I'll take a picture of me and the object in front of my house, in front of a Montreal streets, so that you think that I bought it in China, and I don't have the receipt. Look at the picture. This is last summer. Yeah. You know, iPhone, they show you where and where. Yeah, exactly. Location. Yeah. So I said, you know, this is the proof. Okay. So that's all they want. You know, and my friend, she was putting her child to kindergarten the other day. When she opened the door, her door just slammed on the door of the other car. She didn't know that there was a man sitting there. So the man came out, hey, you hit my door. So she's like, I'm so sorry about it. But there was no scratch, nothing happened. So I said, the guy just left. He's like, yeah, and he was cursing me, and I'm saying, I'm like, so sorry about it, and I left. I said, so you did not take pictures of the slamming part? What if he slams himself? You know, take a video, you know, before leaving. Take his plate number. What if he accused you for hit and run? You never know.
You worry a lot now. You're very cautious.
That's because I see a lot of things at court. Yeah,
let's be cautious also. I'm gonna stop the video and then we check your microphone is working. And we stop it and then no wait. And we stop make a test, quick test, make sure.
You sure about?
Yeah. No, I got paranoid. So we tested fine. It's great.
That's good.
Yeah. So
it doesn't hurt to check once a while.
Yeah, no, not at all. Know? It's sometimes left to downstairs. Even the one, I guess 15 in the middle of that, like asked like she wants to try Chinese liquor. She's a third generation Filipino. She's a third generation.
Wow.
So she said we were talking about Chinese liquor. She said she had not tried yet. So I just I ran downstairs to had a full bottle of Chinese liquor, Gu Jing Gong. So she tried and then she too much for her, but she did only 1 cup. But at the end, like I asked her to keep the whole bottle, bring the whole bottle home. She's gonna try every night drink 1 cup. I guess she's doing fine now. That's last week. She's a comedian. She's third generation. She did some stand-up comedy. She's amazing.
Interesting.
That's why I see different people. She's third generation Filipino. She born in Winnipeg, moved here when she was 19, I believe. Wow. She's amazing. She just asked her she got college degree, not bachelor degree, not university. She said she chose that way because she did not want to plan. She just see where it goes. She's really amazing. It's that's very different from the Chinese family. The Chinese you have to have exactly. Chinese family.
No, it's not only my family, but I think it's very personal as well. That's why I think I'm very stressful in my life. That's why I'm always constantly looking for something.
For worries. Today we proved the microphone is fine. And the only thing now, unless you throw it on the floor, it will be fine.
I want to put it here, okay? Yeah. But I think it's because I always feel insecure.
Yeah. We worry too much. That's the problem. We need to have a stable career. We need to find, like, even I always said the Ling Shuhao, Jeremy Lin, like her mom even asked her to have a degree in Harvard, like business degree, and like in case like he could not make it to MBA, so you still have pay you like more than 100K a year, right? Like 200K a year, have a decent life. You don't worry about the bills. You have a nice house in California and get married, have kids, and you make sure your kids get education, your kids get a stable job.
But I don't think that is wrong. This kind
There's
of
nothing wrong.
Because I can't say that
it's less fun.
It's true.
It's less fun,
but
it's more secure.
I think it's different for everyone because it's less fun.
Yeah.
But if I'm living in a lifestyle where I don't have any plan, that every month, let's say I can make a lot of money this month, but next month I don't know what I'm gonna be. I think it's not gonna be fun for me, So that's why some people is like more traditional type. I think I'm more like the traditional ones.
But sometimes you don't. I really like that, that goes version. Sometimes you don't need a plan. Sometimes it depends on what you expect from life. If some people they have to feel secure when they say, okay, we have this amount of money on the bank account. I feel secure about my life, the future. Some people even have zero or negative balance, but they still feel like, okay, I live this moment and then I'm capable, or one day I get a job here or there and then happy. And
to be honest, if you ask me how much money in your account, then you'll be secure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Because there's always something that I want. Yeah. Because I think I'm not greedy, and I'm not saying that. Sometimes people will tell you, just don't want too many things in life. Because when you want too many things, you're always like running after these things. But I think it's because what I own right now is not sufficient yet for me to have like very regular revenues, because I still have to pay mortgages. Like I like to invest, but whatever rent that I get right now, I still have to pay off it's not like some people, after 20 years, they pay the bank already. So whatever they get every month is already from so some people, they don't even have to work. That's my ultimate goal. By the age of 45, I would like to have a life that I don't have to work for money.
I guess we have a common friend called Donnie Xu. Do you know from Donnie? And it's and this guy last year he had a video with Le Devoir.
Common friends on Facebook?
Yeah. And he retired at 39. He retired and I'm pretty sure he
Donnie?
D-O-N Donnie D-O not I-E-Y maybe. Yes.
No.
Donnie.
I'm sure I don't know anyone.
And this guy, I met him. He organized some meetup groups like in Hongbaoshi, Ruby, and it's like 12 years ago. I met him through the event he organized. So this guy is amazing. Several years ago, he decided to sell his condos, one or two condos, and then he invested something. It's called a passive income. He invested living on the dividends, buy some stock, and he's traveling everywhere. And he's amazing. He's kind of on the Facebook. He explained what he did and how to achieve that kind of early retirement. And he was on the Le Devoir, right? Devoir.
Le Devoir.
Yeah. And the video got almost 1 million views. But he was talking in French. I speaking French. I did not know he speaks French.
But when I say I want to retire at the age of 45, that I don't have to work for money, for my living, it's not because I'm lazy. It's not because I want to go travel the world. It's because I really want to take the time
to do what I want. Yeah.
And at the same time, be fully enjoying it, because I don't have to worry I'm not capable of making any money from my interesting. So therefore, I don't have any money for my milk and my bread tomorrow, you know? Because on my way here, I was in a car with a lawyer. I said, since we're only 4 in the Quebec, and then 2 of them, they're older than my parents.
Oh, really?
So they will retire anytime, you know? They don't have to work anymore. So I feel like it's very proud what I'm doing, and I have this sense of 使命感.
Yeah.
You know, I think I should do it. You
Sense
know?
of mission?
No, sense of responsibility. Sometimes I lack of words, you know, because my job, you know, a lot of PhDs who study English and
The
French.
使命感 is from the government always say 使命感, right? Right? Very difficult to translate.
It is. It's like, you know, like some people I've seen, they come, they interview for the job, they started, after a month they left.
Yeah.
It's because even though we're almost working as a full-time, and I even work more than full-time, but it's a contract job. People cannot believe it. We work for the government, we work for very sensitive departments of the government, but we're not employees of the government. We sign contract with them. But I know that I can do this until I'm 80, you know, if I don't retire. I have a lot of colleagues, they're like 80, 75, you know, they're old. And some, even like every 2 years, we have someone who pass away, you know, who's old.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not a job that you retire at the age of 60. So, but at the same time, people come, you know, they say, oh, I have a French literature degree in Paris. And I'm a PhD, and I'm like, okay, in translation, okay, just go and talk. They stand there, they cannot translate, they cannot interpret. And because interpreting is very different. It's like, you have to be fast.
Yeah.
First of all, I think it's a very complex thing because not only that you have to translate the exact thing, this is a skill, but also your personal comprehension of the thing. And also when you translate, you have to understand when the guy speaks in Chinese, the voice, the tone, 语气啊那些, you know, the emotion, then you get that thing, you understand, you remember it, you find the right word, and you translate it.
That's
Everything,
so
it's within seconds.
Yeah.
You know, after you say something in a sentence in Chinese, I can't just wait. No, it's like you say something right away.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, they think it's a lot of pressures. And even though they're really good at writing and they got PhD, as I said, but they can't do this. So as I said, for someone like me, who never studied in translations and who has never received any complaint saying that I translated wrong or not clear, I think that I have a strength. I have a talent in this. So I feel like I have the mission of carry this job on and help my community people. You know, sometimes I do translation for murder, sometimes for the victims. Yeah. So for both sides, I think that they deserve a fair. Yeah. I remember once I did a murder case, and the accused guy was telling me, he's like, I think that you're the best interpreter I've had so far in the last 2 years, but I also know that my lawyer told me that you don't want to do my case because it's murder, because I'm scared, you know. Yeah. But he's like, but you know what? I know that I'm not a good person, or 我不是好人, but I think I do need help. 我也是需要帮忙的. You know, I still need help. Yeah. So when I heard it, I'm like, can I overcome the fear that's in my heart? Because I think, yes, he did kill someone, but he deserved a fair hearing as well. You know, it's not because, it's just because I'm scared. You know, I've seen pictures and all. Yeah. So I overcame that fear, and then I started to do murder cases as well. You know. So that's why I feel like I really want to carry on. I don't mind to do this until I'm 70, even though I'm probably going to be retiring at the age of 45. I don't have to work every day. But the thing is, in order to be able to do this as a career, I need other things to support my living. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You see, like the inflation. Yeah. Right now it's crazy. The inflation. Yeah, is really and bad. I had they evaluated my house. Yeah. I just got the letter 2 days ago. Because I saw from the WeChat group from our neighbors in Brossard saying, oh, it's crazy. They raised 30% and all.
Then you can tax up problem.
Yeah, I look at my bill. It increased 38%.
Yeah.
The value of my house.
Yeah,
I thank you so much, okay, if I want to resell it. But the thing is, I'm not reselling it.
All
I know is that, all I know is that next year, I have another, that's a few thousand more.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the property tax would be.
But that, not only that's the inflation, I'm glad that I drive an electric car, so I don't have gas. So I don't have the
Which
gas.
one do you drive?
I got a Nissan Leaf.
Oh, Nissan Leaf. That's the first one,
I have the second generation. That's nice. It's a good car, And meals everywhere. There's
crazy.
Inflation. But our salary at the courts did not raise since like 10, 15 years ago. So in order, because we're considered as self-employed, so pretty much with the salary that we make, 33 to 35% goes to the taxes.
Income tax.
So if I make $100, I only have 65 left. 65 I have to pay for my expenses. So in order to do that, but it's really realistic, if I want to pursue this career, but I must do something else. That's why I did my license. If I sell 2 houses a year, that's going to help,
Yeah, exactly.
So I can do this, as a, not volunteer, but as a cheap labor, but this is I can help people.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people, they say that as a man, some colleagues are your age, they have a family to raise. They have kids.
For me, we call it middle age crisis.
No, you're not. Not yet. Middle age for me is 50.
No. Seriously. Like,
you're not.
The middle age means like you have young kids to raise and you also have your parents. That's typically us. Because you don't have it. If you don't have enough like income or something, like you really feel right now, especially really bad for Chinese immigrants. Really bad for our generation. Really, really bad.
Why?
Because like people really tend to compare their situation to other people's situation.
Chinese, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I see a lot of problem in society.
We
have a lot of conflict at family, and then the neighbors will call 911. But I realize, there's two types of things.
Domestic issues.
But there's two types because people will come as investors. They have money. They buy big houses.
Exactly.
They still live the luxury life that they have, okay? So usually there shouldn't be any problems. But the problems are, most of them, the skilled worker ones. First of all, I admire them because they're educated and they have the skill.
It's me, skilled worker.
But you're different. You're a businessman now. You're different.
We're not doing
well.
We're not doing well.
No, stop it. I will come encourage you, okay? But, some people, they got here not because they want to work in Canada. It's because mainly for the kids.
Yeah,
education. They want the kids. Yeah. And they come here, so they don't speak the language. What do you want them to do? They start learning French. Yeah. And with the very little, how can you say, 补助? Not pension, but like
allowance.
Bursary.
Yeah,
the bursary every month. Like if both
$100.
A few $100, like 2 people together, 1,600 maybe. Yeah. And then with the allowance for the kids, maybe another 1,000. Yeah. But family of 4, they live from the budget of like $2,500. They don't want to buy a house yet because it's
they have to rely on the money from China.
Yeah, they have to rely on the savings from China. Savings, But here they have to rent a place. I mean, maybe I spend too much, but maybe I don't know, 2,500 or even 3,000. And let's say 1,200 goes to the rent. Yeah. You have another 1,800. You have to eat for 4 people. Daily expenses. For me, I think sometimes when I compare myself to them, I think I spend too much money. But the thing is,
young people, they are.
But it's different. Yeah. But so when the wife is, when the family is tight on money,
the wife always complains.
They complain. They say,
I married the wrong man.
Yeah, you see, she's married. Look at her husband bought a house.
Exactly.
Look at her husband. He's working on $100,000, and look at you, useless man. Yeah. And then they start having a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you push me, I push you, I slap you, you slap me, and then police are coming.
You see, that's the thing. I only see the tension, the problem, the pressure we have. And then you see the result. You see, they're in the court. And you see them in person. But I'm just guessing that happens. But, that stuff happens.
But I've seen a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
They're mostly...
So you are the proof.
I've never seen any investor, of course, like few cases is a conflict, but it's never because of money.
Yeah, exactly.
But these tensions are starting because of the money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was telling this guy because he got beat up by his wife, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry, but like I have never experienced myself anything like what you experienced, but I totally understand.
Yeah.
You come from China.
Actually,
and you know, for the men, it's not a good feeling because when he look at 朋友圈, you know, let's say after 4 or 5 years he came here, he's still studying French, still sometimes doing dépanneur job, you know, little handy job, cash, and still not able to buy a house. They cannot afford it, and I think they will not be able to afford it in the future because it is increasing more and more. And when they look at, you know, night in the bed, when they look at the 朋友圈, you know, it's like
other people doing great.
You're doing so great.
Yeah,
and look
other
at
people
me.
on the cruise, like we have such nice gardens, so we have so many different flowers. So
no, but they would be like, this guy, he started at the same time.
Same time with me. Yeah,
we were in China the same position.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at him now, just because I left. And then he raised the position. And within 4 or 5 years, this guy is a manager. He's making over $1 million per year. Look at me. He's like, sometimes when I go back to China, I feel ashamed of going to reunite in a restaurant because everyone, but what are you doing lately? What are you doing lately? Oh, how is Canada? Oh, you must be very successful. No, I'm learning French. I'm staying home and I'm working in a dépanneur. You know, it's like
that's the thing, you know.
就是那个落差.
Yeah, 落差.
I think it's no matter how healthy you are mentally, how positive you are, but I think it's
over time you still cannot overcome that kind of
in the Chinese expression KO.
Yeah,
KO. You're gonna crash right away.
That's why I did not know. I'm so glad you are here to discuss this because it's exactly what I felt like that would be the reality because especially my generation, like my age, for my personal experience, like I'm 42. That time we left, you know, the time when we left, like a lot of our friends, they chose to stay, we chose to leave. And so after 15 years or something, that's the high growth, the time. Everybody we knew that time, they had like 5 times the money we have today. So you missed out. If you are doing okay here, you have a nice IT job, like pays you $100,000, it's fine. And if you have a successful business, you are fine. But if you end up like what you said, like doing like some low-paying job or something, and like you compare it to all old friends and colleagues, relatives, you feel really bad. Especially the wives. Sometimes that they give you a lot. It's the very common. You will hear the
keep
woman.
Talking, I'll just pay parking. Keep talking.
The all the time the wife will say, "I married the wrong person. You are not capable of making money. What are you doing? You are useless." You know?
But the thing is, sometimes I will be like, stop blaming this man because you are the one who want to bring the kid to study. And he doesn't want to divorce you.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of time, we see a lot of people, a lot of friends that are getting divorced right now as we speak.
But you know, I think this thing has a lot of different issues, okay? It comes from different things. Like, yes, like, it's not because the man doesn't want to. Well, I've seen some men.
Some lazy, you know, mentally lazy.
Ones, they know that the benefit in Canada, the social benefit is really good. They know that, if I go to study, if I go to work, and I have to send my kids to kindergarten to take care, why wouldn't I just stay home? We're in the low-income family, and we go study. We have bursary.
Yeah, we have benefits from the government.
And we keep the kids at home, so they don't have to pay for. So you know, some people. 就是真的不好争他，你知道吗？ Just like they don't deserve to be like
lazy,
to be supported.
They want to take advantage of the small benefits.
Benefits. So I'm like, you know what? You deserve it. If I'm your wife, I would have to divorce you. But I never say that. But I'm like in my mind, you know. But some people, they try, but they just cannot. It's not like a Spanish or Colombian Mexican coming here. They right away understand half of French on the street. Chinese, they have a very different
language issue.
Very difficult. So, and they have a hard time, you know, at the age of like 35 to 45.
To learn a language,
it's so hard. And everything is different. What they used to do in China, here is considered not okay. So they have to learn, they have to start from zero. For kids, we're very easy. we go to welcome class. Within 2 months, we can start speaking
That's
French.
why I always have issue with the Quebec government. They force people to use French because for a lot of people, especially you are 30, 40 something, so difficult to learn French. That's on top of English. English is a second language for Chinese folks, a lot of countries. And they ask them to be good at the French. But they have a family to raise, support.
I have no comments about like some personal view about it, but at my workplace, there are some colleagues who are like, why don't you speak French or English? You came to Canada.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like,
so easy to say it, but
I'm like, you should never judge someone just because they speak the language or not. Like, honestly, my dad, he doesn't speak English nor French. He's been here since 1990, but he never ever received EI. He never asked for it. We had two restaurants before, and we have 2 coffee shops. We have businesses. We pay more taxes than anyone. We never miss a penny. We never pay. So you don't consider people like us as good citizens just because
we don't speak French.
I said it's just not okay, to judge someone like this. Of course, at work, I don't like to confront my colleagues, not because I'm scared of them. No, but at work, I do understand everyone comes. Even me and my mom, we have different arguments. We have different point of views. How can you make sure that you and your colleagues, who just work together, will have the same point of view in everything? So I respect you, but I would like to tell you my point of view as well. But after I tell you, finish that.
I think on the French language, because as a society, as a beautiful society, you have to be more lenient, give people more room. If you give people more room, they're on their own pace to learn French. You don't force people, to remove the options. If you remove people, it's not us. Not for my case, it's not me who. I really like learning French or English. But the problem is, like, at our age, or sometimes you have priorities to make money for family, kids,
parents,
and the work job. And
it's just too much.
The memory, when you pass 40, your memory is not not that good. The English, French, everything together is not easy. It's not like you are 5, 6. The only thing you do is playing and then learn.
So that's why I don't blame those Chinese men, but at the same time, sometimes we talk and I'm like, what were you used to do in China? I'm IT man, I used to work for
exactly.
Tencent.
The big companies sometimes.
And I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm like, they say, I used to get paid like 500,000 RMB.
Exactly.
What are you doing here? And then, it's all for the future of my kids.
That's the another pressure is coming from, like, we are the immigrants. The benefits and the disadvantage is, like, we see both sides. We are on the wall. We are literally sitting on the wall. We see both sides.
We don't get the benefit in China, the race, and we don't get the integration and the social status that we want in Canada.
Exactly.
So that's why. But no matter how hard we try, like one of the guy was telling me, he's like, I've considered going back to China, because I've been here 5 years, and when I look back, my friends, my colleagues,
but I'm like, rich.
But he's like, I started to look for ways of going back. Maybe I can go back there, make money, and send money here. But honestly, he's like, after 2 years I left China, the connections are gone.
Exactly. You don't have, there's no position for you.
There's no way. When I go back now,
they're not waiting you. The car left already. You are not in the car.
You're too late.
You wait for next car.
The bus is gone.
Exactly.
But he's like, you know what? Even when I want to go back to the initial position that I was 2 years ago, too late.
Exactly.
I can't. He's like, there's no way. And I'm like, honestly, you think it's the best way of making money there? Imagine your wife here with your 2, 3 children. How much money you have to make in order to make her happy enough so that she will be very happy to go back. I'm like, first of all, buy her $1 million house, comfortably put her in a house that she doesn't have a blocking pipe, something that's like leaking, a nice comfortable place that's your place, and then send her a lot of money.
Also, when you are not at home, you pipe broke, and then the plumber could have something with your wife too.
You're thinking too much. I was thinking the pipe was broken, so you have to spend money, and but you're thinking too much things.
Okay, but you need to have connections. The wife could be lonely sometimes.
It's true. People in our day, I think it's not the same. Like I've seen a lot of stories. Oh my god! Like even friends, younger friends, they're not really faithful to their other half.
Exactly.
I'm like, it's so unbelievable, you know. Like, so that's why I do believe in internal love, but I'm also mentally prepared that one day maybe my other half will wake up and say, you know what, let's break up, or you know what, let's divorce. You know, I'm like.
You mentioned you married already.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, but just the
but
wedding.
He's a Chinese or he's a.
Yeah. He's a Chinese.
He's growing up here or like.
No. He came to study in Concordia.
Seriously, so
as a student.
So he's here for several years.
He came here in 2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. It's 10 years here.
Yeah, 10 years here already.
A lot of we still have a lot of common like topics, right? Because some people they have totally different like other interrace marriage. Some of them they totally don't have any common language.
So what's the point of being together?
I don't know. Some people you see interrace marriage. Some some percentage of them they really like have a lot of topics. Really like some of them they just you see them very different.
But I feel like I think we're different too because I talk a lot and he doesn't talk a lot.
That's okay. That's a compliment, right?
But he's very supportive. Yeah. And I don't move at all. And he likes to basketball and snowboard. I don't do any of these things.
Snowboard is so difficult. That's crazy. Skiing is a little bit easier. You have two skis and too easy to balance.
He's crazy about it. He goes every day, you know, in the afternoon.
I always like those guys. They can do that snowboard. You stand on the piece of one piece of board. That's so difficult to balance.
If it's ski, you know, if one foot go wrong, you can get the balance. But that one, I'm like,
it's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Ski. I do little bit with my daughter. Like she's.
Where do you go ski?
The simple one, Higo. Higo is the.
Higo?
Yeah, Higo is in the west.
So far.
No, I live in West End. Actually, 30 minutes from me.
Where do you live?
Kirkland,
West
End.
Yeah.
So it's
Higo, there's a CBSE college. You know that? You know, on the 40, you have to take Ottawa direction, and you have Hudson.
I think Higo is around the exit 12. What exit number?
And Higo is usually on the left side. You have IGA, I think, and then like La Belle Province.
Oh, you already.
And there's like a building. There's like a big building. You see like a Canadian federal thing. That's our 海关学院.
Oh.
So every customs agent in the whole Canada, no matter you get hired from Vancouver or Yukon, you have to come to Higo.
Higo is so amazing. Like the summer they have Mont Higo. The summer they have Nebraska, and the winter they have the skiing place. It's amazing. The people living. Yeah, I go there summer with my daughter. Like we go the tree zip-zagging.
Zipping.
Zipping. Yeah, it's amazing. So the whole area is amazing. Both summer and winter.
I always stop by there whenever I come back from Ottawa. Yeah.
There's Tim Hortons. We always stop by Tim Hortons there. Always the Higo. That's amazing. That's why we kind of really this is a great time, like great episode to chat with. I did not know you this well, and it helps. Yeah. And for back to the pressure thing, I always have this vague idea as a Chinese immigrant, like we need to have some like consult with psychology assistant. So but that's why I want people to talk to me. Actually, I really. Because I can understand a lot of people's personal struggle. I can.
You want to be the psychologist?
Yeah, I want to.
You want to help them?
Yeah, I want to help people. If you feel something, you can come to talk to me because I understand the situation.
Because I told them, I said, I have never been in a situation in your shoes, but I do totally understand. And I said that kind of stress, it's something that it's so hard. I mean, and it's not something that a man would be openly. Talk to everyone.
I would think the better the China's economy, the better it performs, the worse the situation for the mental health of the immigrants here. Because when they do much better, then you stay the same a little bit worse, the gap will be huge. So you either be blamed by yourself or your wife. That's you cannot escape that.
they usually regret for taking that step. So they will self-blame.
Doesn't matter how strong you are, how mentally tough you are, but over time, it's like one day your wife blame you on this or you compare, and another day, if you compare for 10 years, you're gonna break. Sometimes
that's what I told them. I said, you know what? Instead of going and looking at your friends, now how good they are, first of all, you want their life, but at the same time,
they want your life too.
They want your life too.
Exactly.
You think that they're really comfortable? They must, for achieving there must be a lot of nights that you cannot accompany your kids because they have to social, they have to, dinner with the clients and all. And it's very mentally stressed because, China is very populated. You're not the only one who's smart. So how can you stand out from all these smart people, right? You gotta have some skills, interpersonal and intrapersonal skills. So that's why it's not that easy. So maybe at the same time, when you are looking at the 朋友圈, maybe they're looking at yours and saying, wow, I wish I have a life like this. I can go to picking strawberries and blueberries with my kids.
Just have a picture of trees.
Just have a picture of the blue sky. They will be like, I have been like long time no see the big blue sky. So I said, so don't just think the negative side. Maybe they want a life like yours.
Exactly. That's the thing. I always say, like, you sit on the top of the wall. On the top of the wall, you see both sides. You cannot get the good side, good things of both sides.
No.
You like this stuff on the other side. They like the good stuff on the other side. You cannot get both. The problem for us, we see both. If you only see one side, you don't know you don't see the other side. It's not in your face every time, every day. But if you on the top of the wall, you see both sides. The both information come to your eyes. You see, my old friends, they got only the latest model of Tesla. That's cost like $1 million RMB. The latest Model S Plaid. That's kind of super cool. Like in the United States, it's like 130,000 US dollars. It's 130,000. But in China, maybe 1 million. But you see, my new friend, they got a new Tesla, newest model, and on top of the 2 BMW, 3 Benz, they got 6 cars. Like, oh my God! Look at my life. Like every day, I get like $100.
But it's different. Maybe you have 3 very lovely children, and maybe your friend is having problem to have one to get pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I believe that no one's life is perfect. Everyone's got something that's not as well as the other person. So I always tell them, I said, already, like you ask and already that you're not going to be back to the life before. So how about just concentrate yourself, put your energy on solving and thinking how to have your life better and better.
It's like 既来之则安之. It's always 既来之则安之. If you want to choose to stay, you just make best of it. You don't want to.
我说你都这样了，你就把现在的日子 your everyday life now, think about how you can make it better because there's no way that you're gonna go back. It sounds cruel, but it's the reality. If I'm telling you, no, you know what? You should keep I believe that everyone should have dreams. I'm not saying that because you're old, you shouldn't have a dream of graduating from a PhD degree. No. You should have a dream. You should go pursue your dream. But the reality is very cruel because the money issue, you're the pillar
of the family.
So sometimes it doesn't allow.
But sometimes the family, the wives it's cutting the pillar from the bottom to little chop every day, like your confidence. You're not doing good. You're not doing good. You're not good at this. You're not making enough money, and your confidence is collapsing. And then after like 100 days, like, oh my God, I need to commit suicide. You saw
most of the time is because the men are not being realistic. It's because they keep thinking about every day. They just keep thinking, how can I be rich? How can I get back to the life before? No, but like stop thinking about it. Like you just live your life every day as if it's your last day of your life. Okay, make it better.
So we're plugging a commercial now. We need to buy the Lotto Max.
Well, I never. You know what? I believe in making money with my hands.
The Lotto Max did not pay us to have this commercial.
The lady who won 8 million or 70 or 80.
Chinese?
Yeah, she's a Chinese. She was in the news.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
She was in the news.
She's living where? Brosada?
I don't know.
Anybody
never
knows?
says. Apparently, she disappeared after she won the lottery. I understand. If I won 70 million, 80 million,
yeah.
I'll disappear too.
I literally I had a lot of plans. Like last time was $70 million. I bought $10 to ticket. I seriously I was thinking how do I spend the money?
Me too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I was like
I could not sleep very well that night.
No, but I'm like I gotta think about it, but because what if?
Yeah.
如果明年中了呢?
Yeah.
What if I win the
70 million.
lottery? You know, I don't want to be standing there and like, what do I do with this? I have a plan. Like, if I won the lottery partially, I would donate it. Yeah, to the Children's Hospital and also to the Canadian leukemia 白血病.
Yeah, 白血.
Because my
leukemia
grandfather
is
passed
big
away
thing,
from leukemia here, so I want to contribute. And after that, I'll buy 2 houses, one for me and one for my parents, with no mortgage on it, like fully paid. Because I think for every family, once the family home is paid, I think the remaining is just very tiny.
It's the no. You have to think about the property tax every year. Property tax is a big.
If I have $70 million,
I put aside a little bit for
just a little bit.
Yeah, little bit.
Yeah, and I'll go buy a house in London, a house in Korea. Yeah. To places that I like.
North Korea too.
If they allow me.
Yeah. But like the best life I want can retire. You always say like you want to do something you want to do, right?
Yeah.
I would like to watch movies all night, every day. But the problem is
easy to satisfy.
No, they have to put all the movies on Netflix. Netflix, they have so few choices on movies. A lot of movies you want to watch, they are not on Netflix. That's the problem. That's even if that life I want to live is to watch every movie. All the movies on Netflix, but first Netflix has to fix the problem. They need to buy. But the Disney, they pull out all their movies from Disney to their own channel, the streaming.
That's why they want to make money.
That's the thing. They need to have some kind of plan. They should have a law or whatever. If Netflix wants to buy the copyrights of the Disney movies, they have to sell to them, because otherwise we pay the monthly fee to Netflix.
And you don't get it.
Yeah, a lot of movies we simply cannot watch.
Yeah, but all the Disney now, you have to pay the Disney.
So we have to pay Disney, you have to pay Netflix, you have to pay the HBO, you have to pay...
Actually, you watch that?
The Game of Thrones. Last time...
I'm not a big fan of it.
That's crazy. I was never being fan of that. But until the last season, everybody was talking about... So I was kind of... Before I never watched it because the English was too hard. Because it's a Europe accent, and also there's a lot of the vocabulary, the words from different ancient times. So all the time people are talking about, I just not watch it. But the last season, everybody's saying it's so I kind of in Canada HBO only work with Crave TV from Bell, which sucks. Like you have to. Download the app, doing all the authentication, everything, and then you feel like a low tech. Their technology is not there. It's not matching the Netflix at all. But then, like I pay for that season, the month or something. Only 1 month, I watch the whole season. Several seasons. It's amazing. Then after that, I delete the Crave TV. But that's HBO only. It's because they don't sell the copyright.
But recently. Because I watch a lot of Chinese drama on YouTube, I really feel like paying that $8.99 a month to cut all the ads. I think they.
Oh, you can pay what is the YouTube? They have the.
You pay and then they don't put ads.
Yeah, exactly. But you can watch all the movies on the YouTube.
No, it's almost $10. It's just to have the videos playing
without ads. Really, but how do you? Is there any prescription for the subscription for all the movies on the YouTube? Because they sell pretty. Rent is last time.
I know there's a movie like $5 movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you pay a subscription. But it's not going to be less than $30 if one movie is already $5.
Yeah, it's $8.99. I watched
expensive.
Yeah, it's a rent for 48 hours. Last week I watched the original Rocky. That's 1981, I believe. Yeah, that movie, $8.99.
You like to watch? I like to watch dramas.
Yeah, drama too.
Lately, I like to watch those Chinese with the 小鲜肉. Those drama. It's always a sweet, lovely story. Yeah. Like a 霸道总裁, how do I say that? A bossy boss.
Yeah.
I'm very. I think my.
That's why your Chinese is so good. I guess that's.
Yeah, like my weakness is 霸道总裁.
Yeah.
That's the type of men that that's why I always watch those Chinese drama,
Right.
and it's always free anyways. But I think they know the trend, they know the pattern of my channel, that my account.
Yeah, there's a
so that's
AI
why they
behind.
keep play a lot
Yeah.
of ads on my. But I think it's expensive, $10 a month just to skip all the ads.
Yes.
So sometimes you watch, in the episode of like 40 minutes, they stop 3 times.
Yeah, yeah.
I find that YouTube is very ridiculous.
YouTube is crazy. Last 2 years ago, they only add 1 ad for a video.
Yeah.
Now they play 1 at a time. They have a lot of ads in during the video, but every time they 2 ads together.
Yeah.
Now the 2 ads together. Before it was only 1 ad. Now it's 2.
Now it's 2.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sometimes, but they never play 2 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh no, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
I even saw a 21-second ad.
Yeah, I even saw like a 4 minutes ad.
Yeah.
Or,
you cannot escape. Sometimes they give you.
Yeah, you could after like 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds. But like some of the 15 seconds, you cannot sleep. There's no skip option. But now I saw a 21-second ad without any skip option.
That's just too much.
Because they're
but
so
sometimes
dominant.
I like it. Sometimes.
They're so dominant. They make tons of money. Google, YouTube.
But sometimes when I feel like going to pee, I'm like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, perfect time. It's perfect a reminder. It's an alarm clock.
Yeah, time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
It's not too bad. It's the pressure, like the back to really like people we have about 100,000 Chinese living in Montreal, I believe. Correct. So some of them living happily. Really, people really they felt the life purpose of life is being made here. So, yeah, exactly. It's pretty good. Some of them especially when they moved here 15, 20 years ago, they probably sold their property in China at that time with very low.
Yeah, and now look at the price.
Look at 20 times or 15 times. It's very difficult to not to regret.
When my dad came here, he was working in a very good position in a company in China, and he decided to come here. And I would say that I had a really good life when I was young in China because my grandfather works in the government before, and he's like 就当官的嘛，就是也是做什么
little bit position.
Yeah, he has a position anyway. He's the head, So it comes with it he has a driver. 他有司机啊。
Yeah.
So since I was in elementary school, since I was in daycare, kindergarten, I go to school with the driver.
Wow,
because
that's amazing.
I live with my grandfather, so they would just drop me to school first. That we're talking in the late 80s.
Wow,
and since I was born, we had a maid at home. Even the maid is one of our
relative.
relatives. But still, we had someone cooking and washing and cleaning at home. We had a really good life back in the time. But then he retired, and then my dad had a really good position as well. But he decided to come here. So back in the days when my father-in-law was still a freshly graduate engineer, he started as an engineer, like a normal one, and then 他也是 until the last 10-15 years that he became general manager and all. But when my family was like that, they were just coming out from school. So my other half always tell me, oh, if you didn't come to Canada, you'll probably be a 白富美. I don't know, a white, rich beauty.
Yeah, 白富美.
Yeah, because in China, the girls, if you're white, very pale, Fu is wealthy and beautiful. Yeah. That's how they describe people.
It's a Super Asian. The movie called Super Asian. What is that? The name of the Hollywood movie? 3 years ago, the Super Rich Asians. Super Rich Asians.
So I don't think we'll be that rich, but at least my life will be more than comfortable.
Yeah,
but I think
you can watch all the movies you want
without going to school. But I think coming here, some people say that, oh, so your life must be very different, you know, like you don't get the luxury of the life. But I wouldn't say a luxury life, because before it's not like as we have gold, you have toilet made of gold at home, you know. It's just that because of the position, their working position, we have some benefit that other people don't have, you know. But again, coming here, yes, like we don't have the maid, we don't have the driver home. We have to drive by ourselves. We have to walk to school. We have to bike. But I never find that my life was much poorer than before. I always think that my parents did their best to provide me more than what I need, you know? Except, you know, like besides food, clothing, school, I got much more than that. So, you know.
Yeah, as long as you're happy with it. It's
So my dad was telling me, because you know when he came here, he doesn't speak the language, and back in the days, there's no coffee class like here that you go learn French and you get money. You know? They don't even have a very good learning French system. They don't even have it. So he's like, what I can do? Well, after I landed the plane, the second day I went to Chinatown and I was looking for a job in the kitchen, because that's all I can do. He's like, I don't even know Dongnan Xibei, like north. You know, the direction. So like, where do you want me to be? I'll be in the Chinatown and I speak the language. So
that
so
was
he
so
always
early. Yeah, that was 1989. Even maybe discrimination against Asians was not more than that time.
Yeah. So my dad said that, of course, like he will not basically promote his early life. Just you know what? When I came here, but sometimes when we have some dinner conversation with some friends or some newcomers, you know, who always think that they are not satisfied with their current life and all. My dad will be like, you know what I used to live before? You know what I used to do? And they're all like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you adjust it? Because my dad, he's the number 8, he's the youngest of 8 children at home. When he was born, his older sister was already legal. Yeah. You know, so he as the youngest one at home, he doesn't need to cook, nothing. So he doesn't know how to cook, how to use the rice cooker, nothing. And when he came here, he has always worked in the office, you know, really like suit and ties every day. So how can you imagine someone who got to Canada, like maybe like 48 hours later, he's working in the kitchen. Washing dishes. He couldn't cook. He's not even the cook, you know. But he's like, you know what? Like, if you ask me how did I adjust, the best thing I will tell you is to not look back.
Yeah, exactly. Because you live your life now.
Even though now, if I try to look back, I will like freaking regret.
Yeah.
So in order to not make yourself regret, you should keep looking forward and not look back.
Exactly.
Because otherwise your life will be very miserable. Every day you'll be in a self-blame status.
That's why I say live in the moment.
Yeah.
Live in the moment.
So that's why, you know.
Lot of, even I see we in the WeChat group, like some friends you know in real life, you see sometimes you see the kind of in this situation, you know, we regret, like even some people say it's never too late to move back, you know, it could be true. You know, some people say, oh, I was 5 years here. I probably should make the decision right now, move there, make some money, and come back, or we choose to stay in China forever. Because
but there's always sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, people, they still, if you look back, like you said, always regret, because you always miss something. If you choose something, always miss something.
Yeah.
At the same time, you can only choose one style of life. You cannot live 2 lives at the same time.
You can't have a lot of money and at the same time you get a blue sky.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to
but I do understand, like some people say, oh, but you see, let's say like, oh, your family, you know, let's say your father-in-law, you know, oh, he has a good position. Oh, you know, like, I have nothing to complain, because me and my husband, I think we live in a very comfortable life, like compared to some other friends of our age. We consider ourselves very lucky. Yes, we still work. I still work a lot. We work for, you know.
I guess working is very necessary for. Like,
it is for my mental status.
Yeah, for mental health.
Yeah, but I said I'm grateful that we don't have to. Let's say we want to do business. We don't have to work our ass off for like 15 years and save money in order to have the first bucket of gold. Let's say I consider ourselves very lucky that if we want to do business, I think our families can support us. Okay, so we don't have to waste 10, 15 years. But at the same time, I know that people just look at the fact that, oh, how lucky your dad and your mom, you know, and all. But I'm telling you, it's not easy. I know how much he has to social, you know, it's business, you know, how much pressure he has. Yes, he has a very high position, but imagine that when something goes wrong, let's say you're a little guy and a small potato in the bottom, you did something wrong, you get a warning, first time, second time, you get fired, right? That's it, you go find another job. But if he does something wrong, we're talking about projects of a lot of money. So that the pressure that he has, I don't even... So sometimes I never take things for granted. You know, I'm grateful and I know how to be感恩. What is 感恩?
Appreciating or the grateful?
Grateful, appreciating.
Or taking things granted, something? I don't know, my English is worse than
yours.
Yo,
after lunch, my mind is just like...
it's you know, the theory is taking too much time from the brain power, you know.
But sometimes, because I speak Cantonese, Mandarin, French, and English.
Cantonese? Oh, you
know, Cantonese is actually my mother tongue.
Yeah, mother tongue.
Yeah, my
you're from Guangzhou, from Guangzhou. That's amazing.
Sometimes people ask me, how can you process so fast in your brain? Like when you say something in French directly, or something when you're first saying in English or in Chinese, I will directly just translate it. I don't know.
So your Cantonese, it's very natural as well, right?
Oh, it's natural like TVB.
Okay.
Like, it's
講乜鬼啊？點解？講乜鬼？
你有口音耶？
當然我不會說。I don't know speak Cantonese. I don't know how to speak Cantonese.
Cantonese is like the most fluent.
I know 仆街。哎，仆街啦！講乜鬼啊
？Why you always learn things that's not like everyday greeting? You just learn like
你好，講乜鬼？你好。I have the Shenzhen 户口 for several years. I work in Shenzhen. I work in Huang.
You see,
I was lazy to learn Cantonese when I was in Shenzhen. It's supposed to be a Cantonese city.
You think French is better? You think French is easier? But if you never leave, you'll be
super rich.
Yeah, if you look back, you know, even though I'll tell you don't look back, look forward to the camera.
Yeah. So actually,
but if you
it's a philosophy. The I guess ancient Greek philosophy said you can never enter the same water for 2 times.
That's
because
true.
the water is always flowing. The river you enter this time, next time enter is different river.
It's different.
Yeah, that's a philosophy.
Yeah.
We learned in China, the textbook for the philosophy. You can never enter the same river twice.
Wow.
This is very classic.
How do you say in Chinese?
你永远不能踏入同一条河2次.
True.
Yeah, it's a very, very classic, probably Greek from very ancient. So this is a very high-end conversation. We have very high-end dialogue, like ancient Greek philosophers saying that.
All you're missing is Confucius.
Yeah, Confucius. Confucius affecting China more than 2,000 years. All these 2,000 years, we always the Confucius system. Yeah. Like Japanese, Korea, it's always Confucius. But you are like you get married here and the husband. But how do you? Because I know the young people right now, it's very difficult to get married. Like Chinese, like they not two young people. They like each other. The problem, the behind family, like your parents, his parents, they're gonna doing all the calculation, all the simulation, like what the wealth, how many houses, how many cars, and what is the career, what business you have. So they have all this. Has to have a supercomputer behind each family to calculate what is the chances you're gonna be a good match.
But that's not love anymore.
I know, but it's reality right now.
I
have seen young people like they get married super young and then they get divorced within a year.
I do a lot of divorce cases.
Exactly. So
I do a lot.
How do you think the young people right now, the situation, especially the parents, is the real power behind every marriage right now?
I think the society has so much temptation. People tempted.
Yeah, always many. Yeah, always.
And
many.
Also, you know, like in Shanghai, there's like a 人民公园.
Yeah, 人民公园. Oh yeah, it's for 相亲, right? For the parents dating.
Match dating.
Yeah, match dating.
But it's the parents who goes there for the children.
Yeah. So the young people, they don't show up.
No, it's all those worried parents. I remember looking this episode. It's a girl, but she's like a blogger. Okay, she's like everyone's talking about it. So let's go today. Okay, myself. She's a girl who has not the Shanghai 户口.
Yeah.
She has another Suzhou or something like that. You know that.
But Suzhou is pretty good as well.
Yeah, but no. But
compared to the place I come from, we was nothing. Our hukou.
Yeah, that's why I think she has something like not Shanghai, not Suzhou, but somewhere like a small village. I think I don't want to say that, but like I think she's from Anhui.
Anhui is not that.
It's not small, but Shanghai people, they have the pride.
The hukou is the residence registration. That's a huge part of the status. Social
saw this mother was finding the girl very pretty. Yeah. She's like, "Oh, Ayi, do you think that I'll be a good match for your son?" And she's like, "Where's your hukou?" And she's like, "Oh, it's from Anhui." We only want people from Shanghai. But honestly, I was like, so you don't care about the personality. You just care about that little household registry. But I'm like, what if a girl from Shanghai, a local girl from Shanghai, but let's say she's very bad. Let's say she's very greedy, very cheap, and she's like assaulting your son, beating him every day. You still think that the household would mean so much? And some people, I remember an old lady looking for a husband for her daughter. She's like, okay, little boy, do you have a house? She's like, yeah, I have a house. I bought a house in Shanghai.
Where?
But like where? And also, in Shanghai, Xujiahui and Pudong is different from Songjiang and from
different districts.
Yeah, like that. Those districts, like the suburb area. I have no offense, no offense to these area, but if you talk about Baoshan, only 40 kilometers away, like 40 minutes away. Yeah. But the price are different, people are like, you're not from a city, So that boy's like, oh, I have a house in that location, that district area. Okay, any mortgage? Yeah, okay, sorry.
Bye.
Bye. So I thought before that a boy with a house always has a priority. Yeah. But now it seems like having a house does not mean any shit, okay? Yeah. It's a house with no mortgage, 才是王道. That's the winning point. Yeah. Because everyone will be, you have a house, but so what? My daughter will have to work,
to pay the mortgage.
If you don't have a mortgage, my daughter can, easily have a very, like
office
a very
job or
she doesn't have to work to pay for the personal expenses. But I think the family is very different. The parents are very different.
I think that will put a lot of parents' generation, they put a lot of pressure on the young people.
But in our culture, that's a problem because here, even if the parents disagree on the race or the status or the job, they know that they can't do anything.
Yeah, it's not their business, not their decision. Yeah.
The worst case is that their son or their daughter will not go home for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's nothing that they can do. They'll be, you know what, it's your life. Because anyway, if you're poor, we're not supporting you anyways. Okay, because us as a parent, we finish our duty at the age of 18. Okay? But in China, I know that there's a lot of family involving. Yeah. So that's why I said that nowadays Chinese young people's marriages are not pure anymore. Yeah, it's not purely because I love you, you love me. Sometimes you have to think about the cost of loving someone. The 成本.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because it's going to cost you a lot. But a lot of family, they would choose the other family, they will have a little bit of disadvantage if the other family has one of the parent disease of a health problem.
Okay.
Let's say 心脏病, like a heart attack. They'll be like, will you inherit that from
the disease.
So we rather have
from the family
from the family. And second of all, they'll be like, now they I don't know how to say in English, but 强强联手.
Yeah, it's
like the powerful with the powerful win-win situation.
Yeah, win-win situation. Yeah. Two powerful families.
It's like, why would you marry this girl or why would you marry this guy?
Because we can help the family business.
Yeah, when let's say that his father has a position in the government and we are the businessman,
that would be
at least we're the perfect combination.
Yeah, exactly.
But if we have a hotel business, and married a boy that his father is a farmer. Yeah. No, he's not going to help us, It
says
and we will be the one helping them. But I think very pathetic the fact that You choose someone and you cannot love someone because of that. But that's the true story in China, because some people might be like, this is so unbelievable. But I think every country, every culture, I'm not saying that this is totally wrong, but I think in the situation in China,
it's getting
you
more and
gotta
more like
adapt
this.
to
Yeah.
it.
And also, it's a lot of pressure on the young people, because young people sometimes they still think, okay, like the younger, like that boy, maybe they have something common, they happy together, but somehow just because of the family status, it's not matching. We call 门当户对. It's not matching. So the parents pulling the strings behind the scene. So they said, okay, they just deny, they refuse this kind of marriage. So then you need to find somebody. But the problem also, at the beginning, very beginning, the college, they don't allow you to date. Then right after school, they ask you, they give you only 2 or 3 year window. If you are not married at 26, they worry, they push you every day. Find somebody, find somebody.
So why would you blame your kids?
Yeah, and then like only give the 2 year window, and you cannot, and they finally find somebody. You did not approve, you don't approve, and then find somebody else, and they give the limit time window. And
but for a girl, if the girl met someone at the age of 26 and want to marry the guy, and you disagree, and it takes her a year to break up and recover, and then another year to meet someone, so she finally met someone at the age of 28, and even though she met someone that she really likes, but the other guy will be, you know what?
They don't approve you.
But like, I only met you in 28, but if we want to talk about marriage, isn't it after a year or 2 years, at the age of 30, the other family will be, she's too old.
Yeah, she's
Let's
too
go
old.
get a girl who's 22.
22,
You know?
22.
So I think situations like this happens all the time.
Very difficult.
But in our case, I'm very grateful that both sides' parents, they are not the type of that's like, you know what, it has to be win-win situation. I think it's because our parents love us a lot, so they want us to be happy. Because I'm older than my husband.
Yeah. And also, when they find some family, the two families, from parents' perspective, they match. They really match. So they get married so quickly. So it's called 闪婚. They get married so quickly. Then the two young people, they fight a lot. They end up divorcing really quick.
You know what? I see cases like this. I said, why would you marry this guy? And she's like, because my mom said that he's a good guy. Or because my dad wants me to marry her. Because they said that, you know what, you're getting 30, you can't wait anymore. And he seems to be a good guy. He has a good job. His family is not bad. So marry. But at the end of the day, it seems like on the chart, the other person responds to all the criteria that you're looking for. But mainly the crucial part, it's not matching. They don't like each other.
Yeah, that's crazy. I see this a lot actually. I'm this age. I'm stable. Everything's, but I see this kind of, some stuff happening. Is like people my age, people younger than my age, and it's like it's society. They have a lot of these fractions. These fractions a lot. Like people make people even uneasy. A lot of people really uneasy. Very easy to be offended. Very easy to be angry. And then because when you get in
so negative.
When in the bad mood, from the morning you get up, you got something fight with your parents or your spouse or anybody, and then you find a problem with your workplace, and then you are mad all day. You're mad, and even you forget to buy a ticket on the bus or something. The bus driver and
people are so how can I say that?
焦虑 or worried or easy.
No, they're not anxious, but they're very
easy to be upset.
戾气
戾气很重 Very easy to be upset. I would say very easy to be upset.
No, that's very like negative.
It's
戾气 is very negative.
They even like a little bit argument of small thing, they probably end up stabbing you. End up like fighting sometimes. It's
冲动是魔鬼 So people should just take it chill.
So you're so pretty happy. So your husband a little bit younger than you, just 1 year too old, 1 year, 2 years.
5 years and a half.
That's not bad.
It's not
a gap. It's not a gap.
Well, anyway, like all the guys who liked me before, they're all younger than me. Maybe there's 2 guys who liked me before who was older than me.
In Chinese, they say 女大三抱金砖.
对，他差不多抱2块了 almost 2 blocks.
go them.
I thought you were gonna say 老牛吃嫩草.
No, it's
because every time when people know, wow, 老牛吃嫩草, I'm like, who eats who, man?
Yeah, it's but that's 老牛吃嫩草.
He looks older than
for the
me.
older, yeah, it's the old guys. For young girls, they call 老牛吃嫩草. It's not the upside.
But he looks older than me. That's what I like. Yeah. He's young, but
some people they mature. You know, it's for people, especially guys. Sometimes even some age they are not mature. Some relatively young, but they are very mature mentally. It's very very difficult. Yeah. Right now, you see the social media. Everybody, a lot of people you meet, you see a lot of, especially as a restaurant owner, I see a lot of people. It's that's the benefits of being a
but you know
restaurant
what?
owner.
I think you have to, especially when I come up, I see the whole wall of fame. I would call downstairs the wall of fame. You know, with all the, you get so much exposure, you know, to the media, in the media, but I really admire your courage, because opening a restaurant when you're an IT guy,
that's a mistake. I always say that's a mistake.
When you don't even know how to cook. And also when
we totally rely on the other people.
Yeah, but you know what? When you expose yourself in the media, in the public, you have to have a big heart in order to accept all voices. Some people will say that well done, you know. Some people will say, what a stupid guy, you know. Why would you, you know, like be so honest, and oh, this guy must be crazy. He doesn't work with his computer and he's now in a cooking restaurant, you know. So, because lately, you know, I'm not going to mention
it's not my choice though. I was laid off by the company during the pandemic. It's not last year, end of April.
But are you still going to work in
I don't
IT?
think so. I don't think so, because the restaurant needs a lot of short of staff. I work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And also, to be honest, the first time, the January, we got the tweet. Somebody tweeted about our restaurant, the menu I wrote in English.
Yeah.
So we got kind of, the Twitter was forwarded, liked by 70, 80,000 times.
Wow.
So that's why media contact me. The first TV interview, the global TV, they called me to try to interview me. I was thinking a lot. I did not want to show my face on the TV before. All the time, nobody even know my name. The owner, not my name. They always call me Andai. So nobody knew my name. So that time, like the last year, this year, 2021, January, end of January. So the global TV and the CTV, they asked me for interview to be myself on the TV.
Yeah.
So I was really thinking like good some minutes. I was thinking I did not want to show my face on the TV. Then
you don't want people to like your long hair?
I want to stay behind, you know.
Yeah, but that's why I say, you know, like, because lately I posted something on, I've seen some reviews of some restaurants in Montreal on some social media platform, and I just feel like how courageous you have to be as an owner, because people who've been to your restaurant could like or dislike the things.
They don't like me sometimes.
Yeah, like sometimes, you know, like people who didn't go to a restaurant, simply by reading the negative comments, they will post negative, you know, comments as well. So I'm like, how can people be so mean? You know, before I know there's a lot of 键盘侠, you know, the guy behind the keyboard, you know, that we use this word to describe people who always type behind, who, you know, like spreading hate messages and also like 就是骂人家那些嘛. But I never knew that on social media, people, like, I can see your profile picture, people will be so negative.
Even myself, even we have this video, some people will say that, how stupid this guy is, how stupid the restaurant want to make some fame out of nothing, you know. They will say you're stupid, will tell you have a lot of bad, you know, everybody has some bad stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Well, I don't understand, because not everyone has the same point of view, you know. Like some people might like you, some people might not like you. I've learned, okay, because when I was young in university, I was very social and I always try to make everybody to like me. But at some point in life, I think I get busy with studies, I get busy with work. I'm so tired from work every day, and if I still have to appreciate everyone and make everyone like me. And at some point, you will just realize that no matter how hard you try, some people might not even like you. So you know what? Starting from that day, I'm like, you know what? I'm nice to everyone.
If you don't like,
don't come bother me. Okay, if you 你不惹我不惹你, you know, like we respect each other. If you like me, even better. We can be good friends. That's in the case if I like you too. But if you don't like me, it's okay. It's just hi, bye. That's it, right? You don't even really need to care about those people.
But to be honest, the reason I chose to be on TV is I just cannot miss that chance.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was debating inside myself. I was debating like, do I want to show my face? Do I want to miss this opportunity for publicity?
You should have just called me and I'll tell you right away, yes, you should not miss it, okay? Stop debating yourself.
So I was, the first time, the global TV, I said yes. So they sent a team of 2, came to shoot the video inside the restaurant, interviewed me. And then I was on CTV.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was on CTV 4 times. One time they came to shoot the pictures, videos. The other time was live on TV. I was literally live. My English was one question I did not understand. Like was super nervous. I said yeah.
You should ask them. Tell me what you're gonna ask me.
No, they don't do this. This is very professional journalism. Somebody will call you. You will be live on TV in 5 minutes. Now you will stand by. You will listen to the program. You can watch the program right now. But when the time comes, they will cut. You will be live. So they don't prepare you with the questions.
True.
That's one time I was in the small office here. One time was in the early morning in my basement. So super nervous. Like especially, I get 1 time or 2 times I did not understand. I only like as we learn English at the beginning. If you don't understand, they always yeah. But it passed. Nobody even. Actually, maybe I answered correctly. Seriously, nobody. After that, I asked people, even as customer, some customer literally watched the TV, came into the restaurant and said, I saw you on TV. I said, I may have done badly. You look great. You did well. Okay.
I think as a minority and as a Chinese, I think we should not miss any chance because we're so not represented and we're not very visible in the current society because you barely see Chinese on TV. So when they always, because you know what, I have a friend who used to work in CBC, and after he left, he was actually back to Beijing in CBC, and then once he's like, oh, you know, we're at the event right now, and then all my colleagues are trying, are you there? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And he's like, everyone is looking to interview Chinese, but they don't want to be interviewed because some people are like shy. They don't want to be seen.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
Like me, like the same thing. I debated with myself. When I choose, I cannot miss the chance to be publicity. So I showed on the TV. After that, I kind of like a floodgate is open. So I do my own videos now. I'm picture everywhere on the internet. If you Google my name or Chinese restaurant or on there, you will see my face.
Yeah.
Even on the Guardian, the British newspaper Guardian. So you search my name, Google.
Yeah.
So everywhere, all the.
But that's good.
So after my face on the internet, I say I'm already on the internet, so let's do it. You know, I shoot a lot of videos
because. That time I walked to the CBC person, I'm like, are you looking for someone to interview? Like, I could. And then, you know, when the other news, they see that, wow, someone is being... So they all came, you know, and everyone took my contact. So sometimes they would call me. Like, they called me last year at the beginning of the pandemic, you know. Also, what do you guys think? You know, like, now the virus...
Asian hate as well.
Yeah, so what do you think? What is the Chinese community doing in Montreal, concerning the pandemic? So... I remember there was this WeChat group. It's like a pandemic help group. They said, oh, you know what? When we were donating the mask, someone from the media came and asked if we can keep like a brief interview, you know? But we can't even understand well each other. He's like, is anyone good enough in the language? So I always volunteer. I said, yeah, you can tell them to call me or give me their numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think, especially last year at the beginning of the pandemic, it was a very touchy... a gray zone thing because people...
It was very bad. Even beginning of February, if you wear a mask on the street,
yeah, they will hit you. Yeah, they'll be like
hit you or even the physical attack you.
Yeah, and you know, some people like I'm not commenting on where did this virus started because I know how the media reported it. But at the same time, I read on other newses. Apparently, they found this virus like earlier the year before, even before it was discovered in China. But some people, they, you know, the media sometimes they choose what they want you to believe. You know, so that's why they said do never watch news because there's never good news, and do never listen to the media like BBC, something like that. They said do never listen to them because every media has their own political view.
Yeah, exactly.
They make you believe what they want you to believe. So that's why I feel the need of coming out to represent my community, to clarify things and to let people know that if you believe that it comes from China, okay, but like the Chinese are being very careful now here, they take responsibility. So if you think that every day the 2 direct flights from China, it's a threat to our Canadian society, all I can tell you is that 民间, like the public, like the normal, not like the government, the Chinese embassy, I said, even the normal civil people, the Chinese, we try to work together in a program. Like we go directly, pick up those people coming from China flights as a volunteer. We bring them. Yeah. But yeah, we try everything that we could so that the society think that we are responsible. I think it's very important of telling the society. Otherwise, yeah, we always say in Chinese, 做好事不留名. You do the good thing, you don't leave your name, right? You do it in silent. Yes, but during such a controversy period of time when people have a lot of misunderstanding, they're confused what's going on. All they know is like one direction, it comes from China. I think we have the responsibility as a Chinese to clarify things.
Yeah, exactly. But you showed up on local media sometimes, like you CBC or but you French English also, like French English, like Radio Canada. Or,
but the thing is, I never watch TV. As I said, I go with my phone. I don't even have CBC at home. I only have Netflix.
Yeah.
But I barely have time to sit down. You know, life is busy.
I think you can, you can because with your language skills and the Chinese, right now more and more people get involved with like Brosa, you have Li Xixi, right? He is elected. So, and Brenda, I guess he has the aspiration to be a part involved. She's already like the taunt.
Yeah.
She's part
she asked me if I want to be. I'm like, yeah, why not?
I think so. Yeah, especially you guys have the good language skills, the good understanding of the society. That's it's you don't expect to make something out of it, but at least you have more voices. You know, have more voices. It's
but really, I'm very different sometimes because when one of the political party want to train me as a young leader, so the one day I can be a candidate. I think that time I was very naive, but at the same time I'm like, because you know, during the election when everyone want to win your vote, every party will come with like a plan, you know, how if they get elected, what can they do? But after 4 years, how many of those promises that they've made actually came reality? You know what I mean? So instead of just every day asking for a bill, you know, like what bill to pass, you know, at the government, I rather use this time and help people like you, like her and him. You know, it's like if you need my help, I help you. I feel accomplished. I feel achieved because I truly help someone. If I spend my time there, I don't know.
But you never know because I read a theory, actually it could be very true. I agree with that theory. It's like a lot of politicians, some of them they're not good, they have a lot of self-interest, but some of them really have a good cause. They have really vision. Because once in a while you will come with like several like politicians, they really want to see a change. Some of them, but maybe when they're elected along the way, they could be corrupted as well, or they they back down from the reality.
No, because sometimes they have changes that they want to make. But the thing is, I realize that first of all, it's very hard to do it on yourself.
Exactly.
And second of all, if what you want to change is not the same as your party.
Exactly.
You cannot be against your party.
Exactly.
I remember one of the parliament ladies, she was fired by her party. just because she had a different voice.
It's always like that, but it's like the change is very difficult. It depends on like your capability. Some people they do it like the interrupters of the business, like Elon Musk did. It's super difficult, but once in a while you always come with a great leader like Elon Musk. Like what he did was impossible to think at the beginning. Nobody would think it was any chance, 1% of chance.
You just need to convince a lot of people to believe in you.
Exactly. Sometimes in the political system as well. Once in a while you will see a leader, true leader, not like somebody making a stable income. You know? It's elected. You always calculate, like if I'm elected like a councillor or mayor, whatever, another lower level, you always guarantee that your pension, your salary, or the parliament. But you like majority of people, they were ordinary people. But once in a while, you will produce a outstanding leader. That's like Elon Musk, this kind of person. And then in the political system, it's the same. You don't give up hope because as a society, always move forward. It's not perfect. It's good, bad are happening at the same time. But anyway, you have to roll. We have to, you know, generation after generation. The system is not good, but it's still producing people, you know, producing some decent.
All I can say is that maybe the government, what they are making changes, doesn't have anything to do with me. It's not related to me. Like Trudeau want to make the $10 daycare. I don't even have kids. Like, I'm like, you're making rules, but I'm not even the one benefiting from that. So I don't, you know what I mean? I think
some people, some people have the political vision. They're gonna think about as an overall picture. Like those people, most of them they're gonna fail for sure because they will meet the resistance from the existing class, existing the ruling class or elites.
The party.
Exactly. But once in a while, people are gonna break through. One that's true genius. Sometimes you always have the true genius, big genius, or small. Some people it's the pyramids, like the talent or capabilities or the honesty, the integrity. It's kind of most people just doing their daily work, doing the go with the flow. But once in a while, that's my hope. It's because we live is a collective. And
so you want to be a politician one day?
I want to be a private because first of all I have to make the restaurant survive the pandemic to make sure because right now the restaurant is the only income for the family, so I have to make sure it's survival. It survives.
It shouldn't be a problem.
It depends on how long will this last. If it's another 1 year, I think should be okay. But
another 1 year, oh my god.
It's very realistic. It's gonna stay for 1 more year.
That's true.
Yeah, right now today, recently it's in Quebec 700-800 cases a day, right? It's getting more and more.
I don't know where these cases are.
Because the efficacy of the vaccine is dying down after 6 months. So, so that's the reality. Like Israel, Europe, what happened? They very early for the vaccination, and then after 6-7 months, it's like you are not vaccinated that much.
I know. I think after 6 months of my second dose, I have to go get it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's keep going. But if you look at the cases, 800, 700, the people are gonna still like a little bit on the edge. So
I heard yesterday the news the 5th wave is coming.
Exactly.
It is even more aggressive.
There's another variant called
something like that they found in another country, and the WHO is trying, but they need few weeks to find a solution to that. I read about it yesterday.
It's probably longer than 1 year. Especially restaurant business.
The hardest part, I think, is because I don't have a business right now. But
it's a good thing is like you don't have a business.
No, but
having a business is a cost. It's a liability.
But there's some business they're booming.
Yeah, some of them.
But you know what? The hardest part is not being able to go back to China to see my family. It's like really hard.
And the restaurant overall, by average, like we suffer a lot. But you always have some restaurants that do much better, like bubble tea, very good. And also maybe the food trend will be really great.
Because they're new.
Yeah.
You know, and they're one of a kind. They're like...
The demand is there.
Oh, you want to go? I'll bring you there.
Oh, yeah, sometime, for sure.
You don't want to go now?
No, I don't know. It will disrupt disturb
Let's go. Let's go one day that's not very busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Friday, Saturday, they're always very busy. Exactly. Let's go on a Tuesday and late lunch. I'll bring you there.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Let me know.
Now it's time to worry because I don't know if your phone has to have.
Worry again.
I worry again.
Yeah, it's here. Okay. Anything?
How long is our?
It's almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours. Look at the clock. I put a little clock.
I think we started at 11:45.
Yeah, almost.
Wow.
Yeah, that's,
usually it's
we
that
talk
long.
a lot. You talk a lot. I talk a lot. That makes the problem even worse.
The issue of me talking too much, I have this issue since daycare. Okay. Since I was young. But is it normal that it lasts so long?
Average 2.5. So a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, about. So last one was 3.5 hours with actually with a third generation Filipino. She's a comedian, so we talk about 3.5 hours. But actually, since you're in the court so many times, a lot of Chinese folks know you already. At least know your face already. Some of them.
That's the hard part because I don't want to get recognized.
Yeah.
But everything I do, real estate, is it possible to not put my face out there?
And a lot of time, the people they recognize, maybe they have a little bit trouble with the law.
Yeah.
Or at least like controversial, involved in law cases.
You know what? Like sometimes when people see me, you're the interpreter at the airport. I'm like, yeah. I know you. You translated from my dad. I'm like, hold on. Was it a good experience or a bad one? My bad one, is it because they got a fine? No, it was a good one. Thank you so much for helping them. And you know what? Some people, I see them even more often at the airport than my friends.
You can put a page on the Yelp, like let people review you, give you 5-star review, 1-star review.
But as I said, I feel very hurt. My mom was on the phone the other day with a friend, and her friend was like, there was this man calling me and saying that, that girl at the airport, she's the one who stood him in the back, and so that. 就说我是举报他的那个人，让他可以被罚钱。I reported him so that he got a fine. I'm like,
what the hell?
If you have, first of all, I don't have time, okay, to look. Oh, you're back. Oh, you know what? Go. I don't do this. This is not my job, okay? I don't report people, okay? Second of all, if you don't have anything illegal in your bag, why would you be fined?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you brought anything illegal, then you should know the consequence.
Yeah. Also, some people bring seeds. Seeds is.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah,
seeds is nothing. Okay, I'm telling you, the things that
I've
seen.
Worse than seeds.
Oh my
seeds is
god!
fire.
I've seen a whole duck, like a roasted duck.
That's not good. But if you are a factory product, it's
no, it's not the same. You see, that's the mentality. I asked them, 你有吃的吗? You have anything edible?
Yeah.
没有. And then 你有食物? No. And then I find the luggage. 香菇木耳大枣, like dry mushroom, fungus, and dates.
If they are sealed, if they are bought from market, it's
they never ask you, do you have sealed, vacuum aired? They never ask you that. They just ask, do you have
food?
It?
Food is food.
And then some people, they have those 来意粉, snacks like chicken feet.
Yeah, chicken feet.
I'm like, you have chicken. But why did you tell me you have no meat? Yeah. You have no food.
But if they say yes, it's going to pass?
No, if they say yes, we will take it out, we'll throw it because you declared it. Because you're honest. Yeah. So we just put in the garbage.
Oh, it's not allowed to be in? I thought it was if it's cooked, it's manufactured by...
No, you see, that's the thing. Everyone, they will be like, oh, that's food? That's snack. 就是零食.
Yeah.
I'm like, but 零食 is food.
Yeah,
snack
I know.
Is food. And then they're like, but this is 真空包装, this is vacuum. I'm like, but on the paper, we only ask you if you have food, if you have meat. We never ask you if the meat is cooked. Do you have cooked meat? Do you have raw meat?
Oh, I thought it was for the disease control. Some imported bio.
No. Even it's cooked. There's bacteria. It could be, but I don't think
I understand the seeds because it's different species, the foreign species, they could disrupt the ecosystem. But not the cooked duck if they are sealed, if they are manufactured by...
I know there's no harm, but they just don't allow.
It's a rule. The rule is rule.
So people will be like, but that's vacuum. That's okay. First of all, that's not food. Because that's snack.
That's the thing.
But the snack is vacuum. And also I'm like, but vacuum, it still doesn't change the fact that it's food. And then she's like what I said, rule is rule. I said to the judge, that's fair enough. That rule is fair enough. But some people sometimes I said it was a simple question.
Yeah, you have to accept
you
the
said
rules.
No, but And they keep arguing. They say, but this is cooked. I'm like, but I never asked you if you have raw or cooked meat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, rule is rule. You know, if you read the words by the rules is fair to everybody. It's not only to you.
Yeah,
so it's like the law is to everybody. So
I see people before.
I'm the best people in the court. I said to the judge,
I'm
fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's clear enough. I just did not know the rule was interpreted that way. You know.
But you know, some people.
So fair enough.
Why some people appreciate my help? Like sometimes I would see people on the street and coming to thank me. Sometimes when I go to grocery shopping, back in the days when there's no COVID, no mask, like the elderly that I help, they see me, they're, hey, Mei Mei, like, oh, you're the interpreter and all. And then their kids are often beside. They're like, oh, do you know each other? And it's like, yeah, that's the interpreter I talked to you about. She was so nice. She helped me. She translated. So, you know, and people appreciate, you know, that's when I feel achieved, you know, because I was able to help someone who in need. But some people, some older,
they have grudge against you. They hold a grudge. Yeah.
You know, it's those type of people that it's those people who's like 坏人变老了的那部分。
Oh yes, it's not the old people are bad. It's the bad people getting old.
Yes,
it's the same bunch of people.
It's a very typical.
We call cynical people. Cynical, very cynical. Yeah, cynical. They always think negatively. They thought you have intention. You approach them. You do something.
Yeah, when there's freebies in the supermarket, they run.
Yeah.
But when they get to the bus, hey, give me your spot. You know, it's those people. I've seen in the cousin would have to, let's say, open luggages. They will be very sassy. 就很野蛮呐.
Yeah.
And they will be like, and sometimes. You know, they just keep talking because you know in China when you say that, when you're being a little bit like
you get away with
you get what you want, okay? But here it's like no.
It's rule.
And my cousin Angela, tell the lady to go sit down. I don't want to see her in front of me because she's disturbing my work. Because they would put their whole body on the luggage, but you can't do that. You know, imagine you're in the States. They pull a gun out already. You know. So I said my colleagues were really nice, and then they keep like crying, shouting. You know, but I have to translate to my colleague, and they're like, you know what, Angela, just to let her know to collaborate with us, cooperate, sit down. She can take a look. You know, just sit on the chair here, relax, stop talking. Yeah. You know, just let me finish my work, and if nothing goes wrong, I would let her go. And if she disturbed my work, I have the right to detain her, to 把她就抓起来，逮捕她。然后我就这样跟她说 I just said what my colleague said. And I remember this lady, she hit the table, she's like, 就你他妈丢人脸. She was cursing me, she's like, are you losing your fucking face? You know what, you're
not Chinese.
You're not Chinese, 你他妈就是羞辱，你的羞耻，中国人羞耻啊！你作为一个中国人，你在这帮老外说话啊！你对着中国人来做坏事。I'm like, it's just a job. My job is to translate. I'm not there like with the white people to 欺负你, right? I'm not. But they don't understand. So they think that there was another man, old man also. 他们一拍。就你妈的矫情啊！就每次都骂，就你他妈的，就每次都这样骂我。Every time they curse me the same time, like, why would you curse my mom? You know?
It's crazy.
But they always think that it's my bad. They think that you're Chinese, so you should talk for me. You should speak.
Help me.
Yeah, you should
Chinese
help me.
Help Chinese.
So sometimes people who know, let's say my parents, but usually I don't translate for people that I know, as I said. But sometimes I would be like, I know this person knows my dad and my mom. Maybe they're friends because usually my parents' good friends, close friends, I know them too. My friends too. But if they know each other, but I will be like, but they're not my friends. So I'm okay to translate. That's my job. But some people, they will think because I know your parents, I think that you should help me. But if I don't, but when I don't help them, in the back they will talk bad things about me. 就不就是个翻译嘛，横什么横啊，对吧？啊，在那边拿了个鸡毛当令箭，就讲得很难听的 ，very ugly. But I'm like. At the beginning, I get hurt, I would be like, what did I do wrong?
But you see a lot of stuff. It helps you as well. It will help you. It will help to to be tougher, to be.
It helps me to be like to see life more clearly.
Yeah, exactly. So
I see so many divorce cases that I tell my husband, I said, you better not cheat on me because I know the best lawyer.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that I'll divorce you and I'll make sure you don't have a penny. I sound bad of saying that, but I'm like, if you cheat on me, you'll finish.
I got a lot of skills. I got a lot of experience with.
Right.
I have seen people did this, people did that, and they invented a lot of ways of doing something.
I'm like, you know what? I've seen good lawyers. They're really capable of doing things to make your life miserable.
Yeah, seriously.
他们就冻结你全部的东西就 OK 啦。
Exactly.
You don't, like, that's when the lawyers need
I
it.
think the society here, they really give a lot of power to the lawyers. So lawyers because it's a rule-based system. So the lawyers, they are the people, they interpret rules, they argue for rules.
But on my way here with the lawyer in the car, because we are working for the defendant, okay? And she said to me that when we are the defendant, it's the prosecutor that has the burden of proof
to prove
that I did it, okay? And I said, so what's your role? My role is to make sure that everything that they're imposing on my client, that my client's rights are being respected. So I think this is a very powerful job.
It's very powerful. Actually, even what I'm saying, like, they have more power because something can only be said or done by lawyers.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
A lot of things you could not request it, but they can request it. Yeah.
The lawyer is amazing. That's the whole kind of foundation of the rule-based system is like they are the people like the judge. They respect like crazy, like supreme respect. You have to.
Like judges, we don't have that many in the whole Canada. Actually, those Supreme Courts that had, oh my God, I think even sometimes being able to work with a judge that has so much experience and reputation, it makes you really proud because you first of all, you don't get to see a judge every day.
Yeah, exactly.
When you see a judge, there's a problem, okay? Unless that you're working with them. So I think it's an honor.
And also the system is they rule. It's like a referee on the soccer field. Like doesn't matter the penalty kick is the wrong penalty, it's the wrong judgment, but it's the rule from the referee. You have to accept the rule. And it's after that you see, that should not be a penalty kick. But anyway, the referee says that's a penalty kick. That's a penalty kick.
Yeah, that's why we need rules in our society. Exactly. That's why, most of the time I follow rules in the society. I try my best.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I think do you want to eat something?
No, I think you should take home.
Yeah, okay. And anything to add before we wrap this up?
Anything else? Maybe we can, in a few months, schedule for a second episode.
Okay, great.
Maybe we can have my friend Brenda. We can do like a conversation, everyone. More people.
Yeah, one-on-one is easier because 3 people together, you will have problem.
Maybe you can sit on the side and you listen to me and Brenda.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally Because 3 people, the only thing is like when people they're not talking much. There'll be like 2 hours. One guy said only 1 sentence or 2 sentences.
No,
that would be a little bit awkward.
No. But I think you can keep doing this show, but have more variety.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you have more friends, they want to share their experience, you can recommend.
What are you looking for? Only Chinese or Asian?
No. Anybody, like anybody, as long as like in Montreal, the experience in Montreal, like a lot of them don't speak Chinese. The 18 today, I guess more than 12, like they don't speak any Chinese.
Okay. I thought it was a Chinese show.
No, I would, to be honest, with this show, it helped me to improve my English as well. So
So we're all your free language teacher.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of.
You should do it in French.
My French will be 0.5. Always like.
And you'll be the guy. Oui. No. You're so funny.
Yeah, I always like every time I answer the call, it's like parlez-vous français, and parlez-vous l'anglais. Yeah. It's very.
You're so funny.
Yeah, but in Montreal, it's amazing. A lot of customers they can switch right away.
Yeah, especially when you're in downtown.
Yeah, it's one lady I said last time. Last show she called like I said, parlez-vous le français, l'anglais? Like she said, if you don't speak French in Quebec, you cannot do business.
Yeah, some people
In
will say
perfect
that.
English. I said, sayonara.
No, I think she's.
Seriously, sayonara. Said, what? Quack.
Oh my god.
It's great. Thank you for coming in, and then next time, seriously, like we can do more things together.
Yeah, we can discuss more other things in a few months.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. We wrap this up. Thank you.